Oh, hello there. Come closer out of the dark and sit around my campfire, why not? My name, is of no great importance, but the stories I have to tell you are. Witness 4 lost souls journeying together through a grim world of perilous adventure. Be warned, though. These stories are not for the faint-hearted, and once you have heard them, you cannot unheard them. Bear witness to the Vagabond Chronicles. Holy shit.
So here we go again, the slaughtered lamb. What a mess. Me and the crew had just settled in for an evening of entertainment in front of that renowned bard, Wavy Davy Bowie, when we realised it was spooky night, Gamers night, whatever the long legs call it. When more sleep is at its brightest, chaos starts breaking through, and the things that go bump in the night show their ugly faces, and sometimes jump in the bed for a quick, well, you know. The werewolves were already at the building perimeter. My sanctuary, a highly defensible pillow fort, had been wrecked from the inside by that thoughtless gnome, and I sought out alternative options. Leading the charge, I started a large fire by the front door to keep them dogs at bay, but they pressed on undaunted. Truly the work of chaos. The gnome and the man-child bowed to give me time to find a way out, while the head mage curled up, petrified by the sights around him. Turns out he'd never seen true evil before. Too much for a guy who spent his childhood in a hedge, I fancy. It was a stroke of halfling luck. I came across the key to the barn and our potential salvation, but it was too late. They had gone in. I managed to sober up the mage from his state long enough to get him up the stairs, along with 2 others covering our retreat. We made enough of a barricade to buy more time. Turns out Wavy Davy, the coward, was already hiding up here. I had such respect for him before this, but now, seeing him turn tail at the first sign of danger, nothing but contempt. Having cleverly lured and distracted most of the werewolves inside, we could at last make a break for the safety of the barn. I led the team out one of the windows and across the yard, taking out many of the furry fiends on the way with my trusty slingshot. Unfortunately, not all the boys are quite as light on their feet as I am. The ruckus they kicked up brought the whole posse outside, but I'd made us enough time just to lock ourselves in, with nothing but a forge, a load of materials, and a gnome who idolises MacIver. With my brilliant and shameless disregard for my own personal safety, they won't expect what's coming next.
Hello, friends! Wait, have I fucked up the microphone? No, I haven't. Hello there!
Hello.
Hi.
Is it me you're looking for?
Are you talking?
No, I'm talking to everybody, including you. I'm saying hello to the community, a wonderful community, and I'm also saying hello to the players. Hello, players. We just had this big fucking chat about... No. We just had this big fucking chat about how I waste time in the intro, and that gets gobbled up and taken down, and I say a big, huge, wonderful, welcoming hello to the players, and nothing. There was just like dead silence. So I'm just saying we might have a fight this week. Yeah.
You're just. I
think
like 3 times. Feel that you're just sensitive that we were maybe suggesting that we didn't need 5 minutes of explanation of what
I'm not sensitive, Tom. You're sensitive. You're the sensitive one. You're feeling everything. I'm not. I'm fine.
Neil, is it your favourite bit of the whole thing?
This is my favourite bit. I don't have to think much. I can say whatever's on my mind. I can let you lot do most of the talking. It's fucking wonderful.
I like the bit where he mentions Angela Merkel. That's my favourite bit.
I do as well.
Yeah, I definitely like the Angela Merkel bit.
Yeah, I do as well. Anyway, we are digressing already. We are digressing already. We're already a few minutes into this. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Vagabond Chronicles, Chapter 15, which is extraordinary when you think about it. We started this.
It is, really.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? 15.
How many months is that? That's like
we're hitting almost like, what? We started this in July, I guess? Something like that, like 4 months?
Thereabouts.
Fucking hell.
yeah.
We have the real Angela Merkel is now following us. Hello, Angela. If you can see the follows.
She's
That's real.
she messaged me the other day to say that if we made it to a year, she's going to guest on the show. She's coming on.
It's a bit presumptuous.
She's such a tease, though. She said that all the time.
She might be a world leader, but that's a little presumptuous. Okay, so welcome back. This is the Vagabond Chronicles. For all of your high fantasy hijink needs, I'm going to stick to...
Seriously, whoever's done that in the chat
is fucking genius.
The images of
And has subbed. The real Angela Merkel has now subbed. Thank you very much for joining us and subbing.
Amazing. Frankly, it was about, considering you're a world leader, Angela, it was about
the question I have is, where does she find the time? Where does she find the time to listen or to watch?
This is
Play Among Us next
2
weekend.
hours. This is her 2 hour, like, letting off steam.
I know, right?
Yeah.
In fact, if we get
She's gone on record as saying this is the only thing that got her through the pandemic, actually.
Really? Is that like...
That's a real thing.
You sure that's not going to get us into trouble by you saying that, Steve?
Yeah.
Or you sure?
Wait,
you're sure?
Sorry.
You're sure it is, or you're sure it's not?
Sorry, my doctor's convincing voice broke for a second. Then yeah, of course, there's nothing to worry about.
Right.
Yeah, do I look worried to you?
So moving back into whatever we were doing, the introduction, I guess. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Vagabond Chronicles, Chapter 15. This is called...
I'm glad we had that chat about cutting it down, because it could have gone way wide. That was close. Thanks, Tom.
We were treading water at best, so well done, everybody. Grabbing that last plank of reason as it floats past with the ship going down. So let me introduce you very quickly, because otherwise I will destroy this computer. The players... Hi, players! Finally, hi.
Hello again.
Hey, everybody.
We're all here today.
We're all here today. We have a full house, so 3 kings and a pair. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we have a full house today.
And all of them are sitting in my lap.
All of them are sitting on Tom's lap precariously, apart from me, obviously, because that would be weird. I'm far too big. Let's go around the table and see who is whom and who is here. Starting, I guess, in initiative order of our characters, because that seemed to make sense every time we've done it for no reason. Let's go with the nimblest and the most fleet of foot. That's calling you a coward. If there's any...
slowest, actually, a fleet of foot.
Oh, well... Or fleet of heart.
Nimble. We'll take nimble. Okay.
The most fleet of heart. Teddy Wheatpasture, as played by my good friend... Pete, that's your cue again.
Good friend Pete. I thought you were going to say...
Wow,
no!
Jesus.
Wow. Come on,
Just my good friend.
Hi.
My motivation.
You can't remember your name.
Damn it, you
Hello,
just tidy this up,
Oh,
move forward.
I didn't get my cue.
It's Pete, therefore, hi Pete, well done, thank you. You play a rogue, you're a halfling. Fantastic introduction. Okay, next up we have...
I am really just... Yeah, okay, fine, do the next person.
Thank
I'll
you.
come back later.
Next up is... Ziggy, Corporal... We'll come back to you, put a pin in
More
it.
than me.
Corporal... I did actually, that's fair enough. But don't worry, we'll make it up. I'll give you like a spotlight in like the game, like something cool will happen, it'll just be your character. I'll make it up to you. No worries. Anyway, moving forwards from Pete's incredible self...
I thought it was really concise. Well done, Pete.
Very concise. Well done, Pete. Moving forward is the return
I got my name out.
The return of one of our most loved characters, who never left but was played by committee last time.
He's in the top 4 anyway.
He's in the top, definitely in the top 4. We have Corporal Ziggy Hauptmann as played by Doctor.
Are you not going to say anyone's name?
I'm not sure.
It's going to really throw us off.
I think we established last time.
There is a tradition in the English language of using names to denominate.
I'm a nice
anyway, it's fine. I'll just carry on.
Dr. Steve. There you go. I was thinking
Right.
Magic
I
Paul.
have no idea.
Just the title.
It's
Okay, so
very rowdy
yeah,
here
so
today, folks. It's
everybody,
very
I
rowdy.
apologise. This isn't. Yeah, it's because I'm here. I'm a bad influence on everybody, obviously.
Well, there was so much
so-
last time.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes. Yes, I'm Steve. Hi, everybody. Apologies for my absence. I was otherwise detained. But that's between me and the police department of Hertfordshire. But anyway, I am playing a character called Siegfried Hauptmann, who is he's a young, impressionable, sweet boy with a massive sword and a penchant for
Violence.
violence.
Ultra
Yeah,
violence.
Yeah, absolutely. We like a bit of violence. He's think of him like a bloodthirsty Luke Skywalker without the incest.
Yes.
That's basically all you need to know about him. Really.
Well, people are making up characters left, right, and centre. Who knows, Steve? Who knows? We could cross that boundary and smash it. Let's see what happens. Thank you very much, Dr. Steve. Pete, take that.
You're most welcome.
Next up, and I'm going to introduce your name to save any confusion, although that was a thing, but we're going to drop that thing. It is our favourite, lovable hedge wizard, Ratigan P. What do we say his thing? No, he's Elias P.
Elias
Ratigan.
P. Ratigan.
Yeah, with the P, we're not sure what it stands for, although I have a little hedge bet that.
I know, but again, that's one of the many secrets of the character. I know it.
Go ahead.
One day it will come out in a flurry of drama and excitement. So, are you going to say my name?
Yeah, I did say your name. I said your name this time.
Oh, I missed that.
Tom.
I'm really enjoying your presenting style, which is like, now meet this friend, insert name here.
I'm just trying out new things. You got to keep the show fresh, dude. You got to keep everyone on the toes, otherwise, it just becomes formulaic.
So yeah, I'm Tom. I play Ratigan, the hedge wizard, the hedgiest of wizards. Very proud new owner of a second robe. He has two robes, which means he's twice the wizard in his eyes, at least.
Double the robes, double the fun. Isn't that how the old expression goes, Tom?
And exactly, double the robes, double the warmth and cold winter nights. At least that's sensible expression, I believe. That wasn't at all funny. That was terrible.
No, move on. Don't ever say that again.
Moving on. So yeah, he's a hedge wizard. He has pet ferrets who do awesome things. He is very fond of hedges. You get the gist. He swears a lot when he casts spells because they come out like sneezes. Well, you'll pick him up as we go along. So back to you, Neil.
Thank you, Tom, over in the field. That was fantastic reporting. Great journalism.
Friend and dungeon master.
Neil.
Oh, how the tables have been turned.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Oh man, that was like a Sicilian defence coming off a King's Pawn opening. I loved it.
Not true.
I loved it. Brilliant.
True. That was me giving a dramatic long pause for emphasis. That's what that was. Okay.
We've got bells on.
See, and lastly but not leastly, because let's wrap this up, we have Jim. There you go.
Hello,
Jim,
everybody.
who's playing.
It's me. Bondo. Yes. Jim plays Bondo. Jim is an IT engineer, and Bondo is a gnome who cannot remember his own past due to some sort of traumatic head wound. Anyway, he is a gnome who wants to be like a dwarf engineer called MacIver, and he's finally found his first copy of MacIver.
Who's MacIver, Jim?
What is MacIver?
MacIver is this amazing engineer that Bondo wants to emulate. Bondo thinks MacIver's real.
Yes, that's all you need to know.
MacIver's a fictitious creation, like a certain other, similar to the word MacIver type character.
Really nailing that one. Really nailing it to the door.
Good.
Very, very Martin Luther of you, like Lutherites, like back in the Renaissance Reformation period, like nailing it to the door of the chapel. That one.
Yep.
What did we nail?
Well, it isn't a thesis, but it's just it's the never mind. The point is that you are a MacIver fan, and that's all we need to know for right now. Okay, so I think that went really well, folks. I'm not going to apologise out loud, but I might send you individual gift cards saying I'm really sorry about the introduction this week. Have a gift card for here's an apology gift card. I don't know what the gift card's going to be. Probably like I don't know. What can I do?
Muffins work well.
There you
Muffin
go.
basket.
Nothing
Yeah.
basket. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a nothing basket apology for this diabolical.
Muffin, not nothing. Muffin.
Oh, no, we're on a budget.
Singularity in a basket. See how you like that.
We're on a budget here, Steve, so it's going to be a nothing basket. All right, folks, so that was great.
getting
You
sidetracked
pulled the
now.
basket.
That was fantastic. And I owe you, yes, let's do an I owe you. So that's the time that you'll never get back. So thanks very much, everybody, for playing, for
Still
turning
being in
up.
the audience.
I know, they're really diehard enthusiasts for staying this out. So thank you very much. So next up, what is it we usually do next time? We've done that diabolical opening.
Well, you know, because you always provide that amazing intro.
Community news with your pal Thomas P.
Oh. Right,
You just
just a
forgot
few
everyone's
pointers
name,
there
'cause
because
it's
it
an outsider
started
today.
really well.
Mr.
As per usual.
Fafafa. No, Mr. Fafafa, you're
But-
on. You're live. It's community news.
I am not Thomas P. anything. I'm just Tom, and I'm not P. And
Mr.
yeah.
Fafafa,
So,
you're
anyway,
live, sir. Community news.
Okay, I'm on. So community news. Hello, community. Here's a few bits of news for you. Firstly, as per usual, for new listeners, we have the Twitter and Instagram at vagabond_cron. I think it's for both of them. And but join us, please follow us. We follow back. It's great to have you there. We're trying to keep up to date with fan art, but there's so much fan art that we're always a bit behind. But we love it when you post fan art up, and we always like to share it on our Instagram, and we will eventually get to everything. And if we've missed anything that you would really love us to post, please do tweet at us or send us it by pigeon, and we will get to it eventually. I promise you. Some interesting bits and pieces that have been going on this week. Firstly, I've got to give a shout out to Juice, who has already created Ratigan's new robe in physical form, and it looks amazing. And it's got like the slaughtered lamb embroidered on it for the pub that we're in, which is the Slaughtered Anne. So nice work there, Juice. Looking forward to seeing pictures of it in cosplay coming up. I also want to give a shout out to Scarlet Moth, who has started out making an awesome looking reproduction of Veronica's spider sword, and it's looking great already. So that's really cool that she's making that.
Is that thing legal?
Probably not, but
Okay.
let's just
As
look
long
the
as
other
the
way
edge
on
is
it.
dull, yes.
It's Ziggy's spider sword.
So it's going to be dull then. It's going to be pretty dull.
Just say.
No, I meant the edge, not the execution, which looks awesome, I might say.
Pretty dull. Cool.
I also should mention Hidden, our amazing sort of artist who does so much of the art for us, is working on a number of things for us right now, including a new. They are going to start running an RPG thing coming up soon, which is going to be called the Chaos Chronicles. I think it's going to start soon. As soon as we know when it is, we'll post up a link on Twitter about when it's starting. Hidden is also, I think.
That's okay. We can let our lawyers know when when it is, so our lawyers can inform you when it's happening.
A little bit frostiness. Neil's gonna be
joking, we
listening
don't have
with
any
his
lawyers.
to check
We
that
don't
it doesn't infringe any.
got
Hidden
one
is
part
also
of
going to be
every grade.
doing a show. I think it's this Friday. It's
What?
Friday or Saturday. Hidden can let everyone know on the Discord, where she is going to be talking about her process in designing characters, in particular the Vagabond Chronicles characters. So that sounds awesome. I'm going to be tuning in for that. And finally, Hidden is also working at the moment on a new, really cool little Christmas design for us. And we are hopefully going to get it out and about and decide what to do with it. Like possibly either on new T-shirts or possibly if we can do it, like create Christmas cards, or I don't know what. But we're gonna, like, as soon as it's ready, we will try and figure out a way to get it out to everyone. And let us know if you would like Vagabond Chronicles Christmas cards or T-shirts or whatever, and we will do something with that. But it's coming; it's on its way. So thank you, as per usual, to Hidden.
Do some work and sleep as well, please, Hidden.
Yeah, Hidden also do remember to eat, breathe, sleep. Have a life. All those other things that matter. But you're awesome, and thank you very much for everything that you do for the Chaos crew and everything like that. So that is everything. I'm sorry, Hidden, by the way, that I wasn't more precise about when the different shows you're doing are. I'm just very imprecise person.
There is the lengths. We'll spread them out. There you go.
I think that's it. Is anything, Pete? Have you got anything to add? Anything? That
just my usual people who have boosted the Discord server to say thank you to, because it's still keeping us above the level where we've got 1 million emotes and awesome sound quality. So, in no particular order: Scarlet Moth, Vero, Amandalore, Dymo, Rosethorn, Taylor, Yurtus, Bethy, Elliot, Juice, Queenie, and of course Hidden and myself. We've all boosted the server, and you're amazing. Thank you very much. It's really makes a difference to the audio
and of course,
quality.
as per usual, thank you to our mod of mods, Yogo.
Thank you to them. Thank you, Yogo. We're still working on a theme tune, but that's the best we've got so far, Yogo. So let us know if you like that.
I like the sort of the sinister chanting. I think that's. Yeah.
Is Shannon a mod in here as well, Neil, or just for your other channel?
Shannon is a mod for No Big Neil, but she is hardcore Chaos Crew. But this is pure Yogo right now.
Yeah, so my Discord mods are Shannon and Hidden and Scarlet Moth, and we've got a new one who's English Works, who's also helping us out, and Yogo as well.
Cool.
In the Discord.
That's great.
All right.
We got that down to a tight 22 minutes, boys. That was great.
I still think I was unnecessarily told to reduce my timings.
You still haven't done your bit, Neil. That's the thing. That's
still
to come.
the long
shuffle paper. Shuffle paper. Over to the
in a world.
In a world. All right, you lot.
It's not like our world.
So help me God, I will take a fate point from all of you quicker than you can say, Rob. All right, so hi folks. So that's the amazing community news over. Thank you very much, community. Let's take you to a fantasy world, a world where the elves live, Tom. A world of high fantasy and high stakes. The old world. So here you see in front of you, the top left corner is the world map, which looks very much like our world, except that it's not. It's the time of the century is kind of like Renaissance or Reformation period, like 16th century. So think steam power, some coal, some gunpowder weapons, but not much. Magic is generally rare and feared. But this world is very reminiscent to ours, and you get countries like Estilia, which is like Spain, or Tilia, like Italy, for instance. We focus on the old world, which is like the Holy Roman Empire. In it are elves and demons and goblins and humans and all kinds of horrible, crazy stuff from high fantasy. And that's where we find our adventurers. So we're going to take you very quickly. Oh, by the way, one note, accents like this may be based on our world. They're not. They're old worlder. You can't sue us for that. Just in case you hear a terrible German accent, it's not German, it's old worlder. I think we're done on that one, so let's move forward.
That was done. You did that beautifully.
I didn't. I was panicked. That was panicked. That was fast.
It felt a lot faster.
It felt soulless.
Compact and bijou.
It felt soulless is what it felt like, Tom.
No, it felt good.
It felt like it didn't connect to any material. I wasn't really. I was just going through the motions, to be honest.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
Let's play the game.
Let's fucking do it. All right, bam. Here we go, folks.
Let's play the damn game.
So, let's play the fucking game.
We are all in a shed, a brick shed, which is good that it's brick because there's a lot of werewolves outside.
I think if you don't mind, I'm going to put on the GM pants right now. Is that cool?
Okay.
Is that all right, Tom? There's only one pair of GM pants. I'm gonna wear them.
On my head.
Have they been washed since last time?
Absolutely not. You know I like it musky. All right, so here we are, folks. As Tom quite rightly said, we found our heroes trapped inside what looks to be like a storage and cash shed. as the little halfling is nipples are aroused by the nearness of gold. They have been chased out of this pub, the Slaughtered Lamb, by werewolves, and they were trapped in here with no windows and no seeming exit, with just a forge and a chimney as the only potential way out, I guess. And they heard at the end their friend who had last seen growing fur where there was no fur before, kind of like a pubescent wear change, Dr. Dasher, saying, look, lads, I've been talking to the folks out here, and they think it's quite rude that you don't want to come out, so we're just going to wait for you and get inside there and try and eat you. And that's
I'm going to shout through the door, go away!
I love that. I love it. I love that as the opening of the episode. Go away! Brilliant.
Go away!
Fucking heroic, man. All right, so that's how we had. That's where we're. Sorry,
Steve. There were also were turkeys or something like that.
Oh yeah, sorry,
Or
Steve.
angry chaos turkeys.
Murlocs.
Chickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, buck therapy is now a thing. I've got the video coming out soon. I own it. I painted it. Nobody else can do it. You have to pay me $3,000 to be a practitioner of it.
Are you still wearing that hat? The
No.
chicken hat?
No.
Is that what that was?
Why would I be doing
I
that? There's no
wondered
video
what
here.
that was.
There's no video here. Why would I be wearing the chicken hat, Tom?
AKA your GM hat.
It's my thinking hat, Tom. That's what I'm thinking. All right, folks. So you are trapped in this storage cupboard. Wavy Davy Bowie has actually hidden himself under the work table over here, and he's sort of like going and is pointing a finger towards Tom. Tom, you had a conversation with your brain, who's called Gary, loosely based on my dad. He sort of gave you some advice just to wander around a bit, and your foot's caught on the snug side of the rug. Steve, you were played by committee last time, so you're basically just being Ziggy. And Bondo, you have in your hand a first edition copy of MacIver and have ever so slightly, like, time has stood still for you, sir.
Yeah.
Pete, you are now literally salivating at the sight of what looks to be a lot of cash boxes.
Yeah.
Bondo has gone to his happy place.
Cool. So we're going to go
We're
sort
all
of
in a happy place.
narratively initiative, I think, folks, is a good idea. Outside, of course, you can still hear the moans and howls of the wolves that are essentially trying to rampage through this area. What are you going to do, folks? So we're going initiative narrative order, I guess, if that makes sense. So still with like Pete starts.
So initiative order, basically.
Kind of initiative order, but
Yes.
it's actually like, it's
But we're not in
combat.
combat rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, obviously doing the important thing, and what have we got in terms of money and treasure and fun stuff in here now?
So you're thinking tactically. Okay, cool. So
Anything could be used as a weapon right now.
Anything used as a
Then
weapon.
Let me do some evaluation first.
all right, make an initiative test, please. And outside, the howls of the werewolves gear up as Dr. Dasher starts gearing them up, going, "Come, my friends! They're in here!"
55. It's a pass.
55.
I think Dr. Dasher isn't our friend anymore if he's just like rousing the werewolves against us.
Yeah, he could
No
be.
more Yuletide cards for him.
That's what I yelled through the door, by the way. You're not our friend anymore.
You're a little sus. That's what you say.
You're well sus.
You're well
You're
sus.
well sus, Dr.
Are you
Dasher.
looking through the keyhole, Tom? We can get to you in a second.
Well, yeah, I'm
keyhole.
just. I'm not going to look through the keyhole. No, that's a
You would
regular
live
fuck
shed
up in
like
horror
this.
movies.
Okay, so you're not looking
I've
through
seen
the
way too many horror movies to do
Fine.
that.
All right, so Pete, taking a quick glance around the room, you see the delicious catch boxes and safes and various things in front of you. Around you, you can see a forge, which looks like it's prepped to go. In fact, actually, there's a little bit of it's not like activated, but it's ready to go. It's like prepped. So there's like tinder, there's fuel. You don't know how to work a forge really well, but you imagine if this is like any kind of fire, this thing it should be able to be fired up pretty easily. There's a lot of materials next to these boxes. There seems like a lot of kind of like big materials that you're not entirely sure what they are because you don't do any of this kind of stuff as work, as a job. But there's lots of kind of raw materials and iron and nails and powder and all this kind of stuff lying around in front of you. Behind you, where Wavy Davy is, there's a tool rack above Wavy Davy, and on top of which there's a whole bunch of like strange-looking objects that you imagine are probably used for, I don't know, casting or something. It looks very much like a blacksmith's. You've stolen from a few blacksmiths in your time. This kind of looks like a little bit of a blacksmith's thing, right? There's
Some
also a water
tongs.
trough, and there's a water trough over here as well, which you know that the water troughs are a thing for blacksmiths, possibly to cool off in the kind of like slightly sexy way when they've got lots of soot on them. They have to wash themselves down for somebody's amusement, I guess. I'm really going into a weird fantasy there. I'm not entirely sure what blacksmiths
Yeah,
is. But that could be a thing.
Neil's Blacksmith
Neil,
Fantasies. There could be a new section in the episode of the show.
Title of your new movie.
Yeah,
I
could
grew
be.
up in the 80s and I studied the A-team a lot. And
Right.
all I know is that if there's an oxyacetylene torch, 100 golf balls, some pressurized gas, and 4 steel drums, we can make a tank.
You're gonna make a fucking
True.
tank. All right. Oh god.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Anyway,
It's
so
gonna be murderous.
Pete,
I thought it was
Pete,
cabbages.
what are you doing?
all right, let's get on to that.
What-
So Steve, you are here. If you want to have a look at the board, you're standing there next to. You have.
Are
some
there any
kind of-
windows?
There are no
there any
windows.
windows?
0 windows.
Okay.
No windows.
I'm
Only
going
chimney.
to yell, Dr. Dasher, come here. I've got a treat for you. I want to rub your belly.
My god, he's gone mad. How many insanity points do you have?
enough.
2, I think.
All right.
1. Just
All
the
right.
1.
All right, cool. So you scream that out, and you hear this. Oh, Lonnie, we'll be with her in a second. And then the door starts going. As like you feel like
Roll over.
claws
Play dead.
and claws and fists start smashing against the
Be
iron
dead.
door. If you're going to talk over me, Pete, then you're not going to hear all the mystery and wonder that I'm going to offer.
Sorry, Neil.
That's okay, Pete. That's all right. So, as I was saying, the smashing of the door and the clawing and the stuff and the sparking and the danger and the scariness. See, it's ruined now, Pete. All right.
That'll teach you to ruin my intro.
That's all right. Tit for tat, is it, sir? Okay, so Steve, what do you want to do, sir? What do you want to do?
Well, I'm a bit perplexed. I'm not really sure. I guess is the door something that I can I buy time for my comrades by bolstering the door with something? Can I wedge Bondo under the door or something?
You can totally try and wedge the gnome under the door. If you put him at a 45-degree angle, that'll probably work best with his little head.
Please don't.
His
I'm
little
thinking-
floor.
Well, is there anything else if Bondo won't fit? Is there anything else?
Yeah,
Is
you
there like
can-
a sort of sturdy something or other?
There's like a
We've got all the chests and everything, haven't we? We can move.
yeah. There's a whole bunch
Table.
of there's objects you can push in the way to bolster the door. Yeah, absolutely, you can do that. Like chairs and
Is anyone-
a small table and stuff.
Chests yet?
Okay, well I'll get one of those heavy chests and I'll put it behind the door then and try and wedge it. I'm going to make sure my crossbow's loaded as well.
Just
And if the door sort of if the door like splinters a little bit, like sort of like a little crack fizz in door, I'm going to put my crossbow against it and fire through whatever splintered at it as well.
all right, cool.
That's my then.
So Steve,
thing.
he opens a chest and like his eyes go huge, and then he quickly shuts it, and that's the chest you grab. And he sort of wrestles with you a little bit, but because your strength is severely higher than his, you pull it away quite easily, and then you sort of like over to the door and just slam it down. Pete, there was an awful lot of gold in that little chest that he's just whacked in front of the door now.
That's
so
fine.
there's that. So yeah, he's now put the chest here in front of you like this. But that's pretty heavy, Steve. That's probably going to do the trick, I reckon. The door is cast iron. And it doesn't look like it's going to buckle anytime soon. However,
cool.
obviously what they're trying to do is force it off at the hinges or just smash the whole thing in.
Solid iron door, not
yeah.
like wood with iron
No.
banding. It's a solid iron door.
And
Okay.
the walls are also brick. They're not wooden. This is a very sturdy
Huff and you-
building.
We've
Huff and
got a bit of
puff.
time.
Yeah. Let's let's
Put the
research
kettle on.
like. Yes, I was gonna say, yes.
Yeah, the first time in high fantasy history somebody puts the kettle on and that's the end of the story. Half an hour
We
of
had
just
a nice
talking
cup
about
of
stuff.
tea, some jammy
Ratty
dodgers.
says we've got plenty of time. Oh yes, that's right. Let's just sit down. We'll have a
All right.
cake.
Ratty, what are
I'm
you
kind of
doing?
worried
sir?
about the ventilation for the whoever runs this forge. It's gonna be great, isn't it?
Chimneys, it's fine.
The chimney
It's meant to be
dudes.
Chimneys are good.
What are you
As
gonna
we
do?
say chimney, is there a scraping on the roof?
Not yet, but
Sinter.
thanks for giving me ideas. Thank you.
Set fire to the forge.
So, Bondo, no,
No.
Ratty, it's your go, sir.
Yeah, I would like to. I'm going to pull away the rug where I felt this this sort of the sort of feeling of it giving away underneath.
Okay, you start doing that, and as you sort of crouch down to pick up the corner, you actually look dead eye to eye with a Wavy Davy, and he's just pointing at you, and he's gone white as a sheet, and he's just like staring and pointing, much like his character's pointing like this. Whoop, pointy. Jacques.
Feel very pointed at.
He's just like staring at you, like pointing. Like,
It is Jack Hughes.
do you want to work out? I guess you could work out why he's pointing at you. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it.
Yeah, I will try and roll I guess is it initiative or intelligence?
So, yeah, you can try and work it out. I mean, if you can work it out, Tom, yourself, you don't need to roll. But if you can't, then you can roll by all means.
When you say he's pointing at me, like what part of me is he pointing at?
Do you remember what you were doing last time?
Well, at the end of the last game?
Yeah, when you got into this room.
No.
Okay, so you don't forget you cast Magic Flame.
It's
coming out. There's a fire, little dancing fire that's hula hooping right now.
Oh yeah, that's coming out of the top of
Noodle or something. Noodle.
It's Noodle, yeah. It's coming out. Noodle is sat on my hand. I've totally forgotten that. That's right. Noodle is sat on my hand, and there's a little flame, little blue flame, kind of almost looks like one of his bowler hats, just kind of sat over the top of his head.
Noodle's the girl. Remember?
All right. Well, girls can wear bowler hats too, Neil.
They totally can, but you said he. I'm just making sure you know which one's got the bowler hat, and that's the most important thing you'll know this session is who's got the bowler hat. It's Mr. Spidge. Noodle has a hat because obviously everybody can wear hats. That's not like a weird thing, but specifically, Mr. Spidge has a bowler hat. We established that.
Okay. They both have bowler hats, though.
Damn it, Tom. Fine.
They do.
She's got the slightly different bowler hat. Okay, they both got bowler hats.
Tricorn.
She's got a bowler hat, so underneath her bowler hat it comes out. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so is he pointing at my burning ferret?
Yeah, he looks like he's pointing at you and the ferret, and his hands sort of shaking a little bit.
And I just sort of look at him and go, "Don't worry, it happens."
Right, okay. Do you want to make a fellowship test or a leadership test with that comment? I might give you a minus to that one, actually.
I mean, my fellowship is so bad.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to reassure him or freak him out?
I'm trying to
further,
reassure him.
All right.
I'm trying to reassure him.
All right, cool. So make a fellowship test, then I'd say it was a friendly,
Okay,
scary.
I'm gonna move. Can we move some dice over?
Oh, excuse me.
Move some dice over here.
Oh, that's a pass. Nice. 13.
Yes, it's a pass.
So, folks, anybody
Well
new?
done.
This is a percentile-based game. It's not like Dungeons & Dragons, which is D20. This is on 0, 1 to 100. So they have characteristics on the Discord channel. You can see the character sheets, but everything's out of 100 with modifiers. Okay.
So I
that's
had
a
to roll
pass.
under 26, and I got a 13.
26.
Nice.
All right, nice. Okay, see, whatever it is you... I mean, it's so cack-handed, but you do say this, and I think it's more of like your big eyes and your sweet, dumb face.
And also the fact that I'm super relaxed about it.
You're super chilled about the whole thing. Yeah, you're pretty relaxed. You're pretty in it. Like, you're pretty zen about the whole thing. Like, yeah, it's a fucking ferret with a flame coming out of his head. What? You know, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. This is life. It's life, dude.
It's life, dude. Yeah. In fact,
Do we
do
need to do a disclaimer now where we say if anybody else's ferret at home is on fire, they should immediately
let's do that.
Just because if we're thinking about the lawyers, I think that's important.
I think we probably should say that, and now we have. I think that satisfies the lawyers that we don't have. So there you go, folks. Yeah. If your ferret is on fire,
if you've been affected by any burning ferret,
if you've been affected by this or any other issues in this podcast,
Vagabond action line.
0100, we don't have an action line. Okay, thanks, folks.
So many different extensions to the Vagabond action line. It would be,
we're really gonna have to. We're gonna have to work hard over Christmas, is what I'm thinking. All right, so so you do that. He does relax. He sort of like nods, and he's very, he's pretty freaked out. But I guess he's kind of cool with you. I guess he sort of bum shuffles a little bit under further. So that's a weird thing to say. He Teddy shuffles his way back to the corner.
You're saying that Teddy is a bum?
I'm saying Teddy's a real fucking coward, dude. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I am not a coward. I'm a hide and seek aficionado. Thank you very much.
I like it, so I'll allow it. Hide and seek aficionado. All right. Cool. So he sort of does that. What are you going? So you're now pulling up the rug. You pull up the rug, and you find underneath it a trap door, or at least a door. It may not be trapped. It might just be a door. That's presumptuous of me. But anyway, there's a door underneath here, which has a little ring pull on the side, like one of those classic trapdoor things, where you just like lift it up and it'll go to the left, I guess, to open it up. So that's in front of you, sir. Everybody else, you notice this, by the way, apart from Pete, who's salivating over the remains of the cash box.
I'm going to open it up, and I'm also going to. I've got a question about what justifiably would I know about a certain werewolf thing, or because of just folklore, or
I think it was a folklore thing. I don't think you've ever come across a werewolf. Were creatures are super rare, so I think...
No, but would I possibly from folklore know about silver?
Oh, I think you might. So let's make what would that be under? Let's make an intelligence test plus 10 because you grew up in a rural community. Okay.
Say. All right, cool.
So where are your little dices over here?
I'm going to roll those dice.
Ooh, another good
I
roll.
pass.
Yeah, you pass. Yeah.
But no, I'm passing all the really fairly inconsequential rolls.
That's how this game works.
As soon as it gets to one which is life or death, I will fuck it up big time.
Yeah, you'll get a critical failure, so we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So you
Look forward to that later on, folks. So, all right, so I know. So I'm going to yell, as I'm pulling up this thing, I'm going to yell to the others who are mucking around with the chests. There's one thing I know about werewolves. They don't like silver, and if there's any silver in those chests, we're going to use it.
You're not sure how to use it? Like, should you offer them as sweets and they choke, and you're not entirely sure how that works.
Anything works, dude. I'm just saying, look in those chests for silver. That's the gist of what I'm trying to get across to the idiots who are just using the chest like ballast at the moment.
Is there any silver in the chest? Is gold, or is it?
Have we looked? I don't know what happened. Like Pete looked in them and looked.
I was trying to look, and then I saw tongs on the wall, and that was it.
Okay, so Pete, actually, we did skip over you a little bit. So what I've just told you, I've just sent you a message in a private chat as to what is inside those chests. Yeah, that's it. That's what I've told you. Yeah, so you know this, okay? So the audience don't know it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was your go. So Steve, it's now Bondo's go, I guess.
It's Bondo's go.
Yeah, it's Bondo's go.
These are 6-second rounds, folks. If you don't know, that anything that happens in 6 seconds, essentially. This is all happens simultaneously, obviously, but within 6 seconds. So Bondo, what are you doing, sir?
Well, Bondo is looking around this wonderful, wonderful room full of wonderful engineering stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm looking for certain materials in the room. I have 2 ideas. I'm going to try and pursue either of them. Should I try and roll for some sort of spotting?
No, why don't you tell me your ideas and we'll work out whether or not it's feasible for you to do this. The door bangs
Right.
again. Bam, 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 bam.
Bondo likes bombs.
Bondo does like bombs.
So,
okay.
Bondo's going to have a look around for bombs. So with this little tidbit that Ratigan's just passed to me, I'm thinking of making something that's a combination of a nail bomb and a money box.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you want to try and find... All right, cool.
Silver pieces, nails, black powder, a decent jar, some sort of fused material, and the other one, of course, is a lot of steel or iron plate.
Okay.
Use a barrel. A barrel, is that big enough?
I'm thinking more sort of throwable.
You want to try and make... Okay, so... All right, so do an intelligence test, plus how many skills do you have that could possibly help you on this? Each skill gives you
I do have the book of bombs, don't I?
Plus 10, plus pharmacy, chemistry, which is another 10. Do you have metallurgy?
Metallurgy and mining and herb law.
All right, I'm going to give you plus 30 to your roll. So intelligence plus 30. All right?
Right then. Let's do this.
99.
Critical failure.
Yeah.
37.
That's 7. Nice.
That is a success.
My intelligence is 30.
Plus the
so
30
I'm going to invoke luck.
No, I gave you plus 30 with the
it.
bomb manual and stuff. So yeah, so you reckon an idea goes ding in your head, and you reckon you can come up with some kind of crazy handheld explosive device,
silver nail bomb,
like a sort of silver nail bomb that you reckon you can make them. How long it's going to make you have to then make them, but you start like you get out your little pad and your little pencil, which you tuck in your beard all the time, and you sort of write out basically like the Acme design, like Roadrunner. Like,
yes,
like
with the arrows and the pictures of the Wile Coyote and so on and so forth.
So it's sort of like you do a little like sketch like this. So you have a little like here's you, like chucking something, and here's like a bomb, and here's like a werewolf, And
Bondo?
the bomb goes down, and the bomb explodes, and that's you with a beard. There.
Ah, there.
Yeah, that's like
That
your,
makes sense.
that's your
We have a
diagram.
happy Bondo cartoon now.
Yeah, that's you looking really happy. With a big
I
mouth.
like it.
All right, so that's what your plan is. And anybody else looking at it will look like craziness, but this is like how you think, basically. So you think in pictures. So you have in your head a design for a silver nail bomb, which you could put together. However, the thing that you need most is you look around. There is metal around. There are all the tools you need. You need to fire at the forge. But one thing you definitely need is quite a lot of silver. So you're going to have to try and find that.
Boys, find some silver.
I suppose Bondo. No, sorry, Teddy. You can find money.
Guys.
Find me silver.
Guys, there's a fair bit of silver here. I'm going to admit it. I'd like to keep some, maybe. just.
He's just like filling his pockets.
Oh,
with it.
Teddy. Bondo
It's a
make
guy-
One for me, one for you.
All right.
Two for me,
if Teddy
one
fills his
for you.
pockets, we can just put the bomb in Teddy. and
Yeah,
send it-
yeah.
So
Just gonna strap this dynamite to you, Teddy. Now run outside.
so
Exactly.
the trap
Follow
door,
the coin.
The trapdoor is open, but Bondo, you and Teddy having this conversation in front of everybody. Teddy has got a few of these boxes open. They are chock full of silver. They're not huge boxes, not like massive chests. And there is a chest next to the door that you notice was like chingling around and stuff. So there's probably silver in there as well. So you reckon this is a huge guesstimate, but there's probably enough to, if you smell all of it, you can probably get a fair amount of working silver that you can make quite a couple of bombs out of.
Is it coins?
Not that box, mate. Not that box.
These are all coins.
That's got gold in. You don't touch that.
Oh,
one.
don't
It's
it
gold.
smell it?
Sorry, Pete, you got that wrong. In your avarice, you thought you saw gold. It's actually silver.
No, it's gold. Trust me, it's gold.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So Pete starts. So Teddy starts going. No, not that one. It's gold. It's gold. Yeah, trust me, it's gold. You don't know who he's talking to, but he's just rambling quite a lot now. What do you want to do, folks? And what's your plan? So, Teddy, are you taking any actions? What are you up to?
Yeah, well, so what are we doing this then, Bondo? We want to do what with this silver?
Well, here you go, Teddy. Have a gold coin. Now give me the silver. Fair trade.
Bondo comes stomping over,
No.
and he is slightly taller than you, so he's slightly intimidating.
Same height.
I'm gonna hand him a gold coin. I'm gonna be
yell
because I can
above
feel his
him.
pain.
Might I remind you, there's a horde of werewolves outside, you idiots.
Oh, look at that. Man who
When
lives in the
Ratty
hedge
calls
is
you an
calling me
idiot.
an idiot.
Is that a line from Shakespeare from King Lear? Just times played when madman lead the blind. I mean, seriously, if the idiot's talking sense, you guys are fucked.
Do we guys, so out of character, do we have time to build? Seriously, I mean, are we going to be left alone, like while there's sort of hammering and chiseling noises and stuff like that, and the bad guys are outside saying, "I don't know what's going on in there." We're going to be left alone long enough to build a whole series of bombs and throw them at the, or do we need to explore the trapdoor?
I suspect that you have to
Run
find this
away.
one out, but I guess you could make a guesstimate of time, Bondo, for how long this is all going to take, and you could probably give them a fair amount of time. Give them a rough time for how long this will take.
I
I
think
mean,
as long
we
as,
do need
as
to
long as I
find
can
out
find
what's
a
in the
decent
trapdoor.
plane.
One at a time,
Yeah,
folks.
mate,
One at a
Tom.
time, folks. Sorry, what was that, Tom?
Oh, it's Jim's go, so I'll let him
All right,
talk.
fair enough. Yeah,
No.
Jim, what do you want to do, sir? You now threatening
Basically-
the halfling a little bit.
If there's a container that's suitable for pouring black powder into and chucking a bunch of silver coins into, or Teddy and I can cut the silver coins into bits and just put them into the powder, make a fuse, put a lid on it. I'm thinking it's going to be a couple of turns tops. We're not talking about
It's
something
really not a
made
couple of
of
turns.
ordinary
No.
wood.
No.
Make an intelligence test, and I'll give you a very accurate. And if you fail it, then it'll be a guesstimate. But I'll tell you exactly how long this is going to take. Yeah, that's a pass. Okay, so you reckon in about an hour or so, if you've got to stoke up the fire, good 20 minutes, get the fire up to a good hot point, then if you reckon you've got enough materials to make some kind of explosive. There is a limited amount of gunfire. It looks like there's a pistol in here as well, but like a broken one. So obviously this is like one of those blunderbusses that people have like in the farms in the middle of nowhere that does more like loud noises than actual damage. But there's enough black powder here to be able to make something that will explode. And there's enough other material. You're going to have to smelt everything down, which will take a while, and then source it and then pour it. And then it's going to take a good hour or so minimum to make, say, 1 or 2 of these devices. And that's all you're going to be able to do. You're not going to be able to like factory
how many
find
is
things
that?
out. Sorry?
Turn-wise, how many is that?
That's quite some time. It's going to be a narrative jump forward,
A
basically.
turn lasts 6 seconds,
Yeah,
Jim.
so you were talking about hundreds of rounds.
Just
Few
300,
turns.
360 rounds.
There you go. So 360 rounds is how long it's going to take.
Join
So
us next month.
We're not fucking going to play each round, dude. We can
Yeah,
do
do
it
it,
full
do
time.
it.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
Hardcore mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, your
All right,
go,
Jim.
Teddy. You're now staring at the wall again as you have been for the last 50 rounds. What do you want to do this round? No, it's not going to work like that, folks. It's not gonna happen.
I'm bouncing a
another
ball
coin.
off the wall.
Yeah. Make a ballistic skill test to catch it. No, we're not going to do that. All right, so it'll take about, you reckon about an hour or maybe less if you can work quickly without any interruptions. But that's using all of the silver that is on all these little kind of cache things, including the chest as well. You reckon? This is an estimate. A good estimate.
Okay, can we please find out what's in the trapdoor?
Yes. Can I, so,
Feed me.
Well, me and Bondo will start working, and you get on with that, Tom. I think is the plan.
Okay, yeah, great.
so you guys are going to build bombs, and me and the idiot are going to go into the trapdoor. Is that right?
Well, send Wavy Davy down first.
Yes. I think this is a great idea.
If we
Wait,
find a
Davey!
minigun, down there, you guys are going to look really stupid. That's all I'm going to say.
You basically go down there and find a steam engine tank.
Yeah.
Filled with silver bullets.
So what are you doing, folks? What's the plan? What's the general plan right now? You can talk. You can talk freely. It's fine.
So, Bondo and Teddy are beginning work on the bombs. I guess Teddy is trying to save as much silver as possible, while Bondo is constructing them.
Pete's going to have to make quite a few sleight of hand checks, I believe, on that one.
Yeah, just stuffing silver coins wherever he can.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, me
In
and
my prison pockets. Yeah.
Right.
me and Ziggy.
Oh.
Like a chipmunk, you're going to stash them in your cheeks for winter, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Tom.
That's
Meanwhile, me and Ziggy are looking in the trapdoor.
Okay.
What's in the trapdoor?
Who's going? Well, all you can see so far, because you've got a little bit of night vision, Ziggy's got none. So you can see nothing but darkness down there, apart from these stairs that go down into what looks like a cellar.
is there a lantern or some sort of light source inside the hut?
Tom has
I've got
the only light source.
I've got my burning ferret.
Yeah, Tom has a burning ferret as a light source. However,
And which one is that? Sorry, I lost track. Is that Mr.
that's Noodle.
Mr. Spidge?
It's Noodle.
Noodle.
Yeah, Noodle.
Can you send Noodle down to illuminate so we can see? I don't
Oh, that's an
particularly.
interesting question. Can I do that, or is it? Am I channeling the magic? It has to be.
If
they have to be in my
because
hand.
of the way that the magic works with your particular familiars and stuff, if she we haven't established that. You could experiment and make a spell like that, because that'd be kind of cool. But right now, you're limited to holding her. Otherwise, it'd be coming from your hand.
So shall I lead the way? I'll lead the way then, Ziggy. Shall I?
Okay, I'm gonna put my sword away and hold my shield and get my crossbow out, sort of like SWAT team style, sort of behind, but with the man with the bathrobe in front.
Tactically,
It's like
this is the best way of doing this,
That bathrobe will turn aside the most sphere of blades.
I'm going to point out to him. I'm going to go. No, look, my friend. I got 2 bathrobes now.
Are you doubling
fitting,
down?
yeah.
Are you doubling down on bathrobes?
I put the new green one on over the purple one just for expediency.
Because Ratty got a very sweaty upper lip
Super.
from wearing two.
Yeah, he's perspiring more than usual. Yeah.
the two bathrobe challenge. Okay, good.
Right. So he's going first, and you're going second. Now Bondo, above you, you do see a storm lantern hanging from the center of the room. Although you're short, probably Wavy Davy could probably reach it and help you light it. So it's literally hanging above where the trapdoor is, just here. And you've got enough. Got flint and tinder, so you can light it if you wish.
Sounds like a good plan.
Cool.
Shall I need to encourage Wavy Davy out, don't I?
Yeah, Wavy Davy's skittish at best right now, having seen magic and werewolves. as you to him, he looks at you.
The crow from below.
Yeah, he sort of looks at you like he's like, huh? And peeks at you, and you get out a little nut, and you place the nut on the floor, and he sort of scampers forward a little bit, then retracts back, and scampers forward, retracts back. Then he goes and very gingerly picks up the nut and then scampers underneath the table again. But you think you've won his trust.
Come on, Bard.
Easy.
Come out of there. Give me a hand getting the lantern down.
All right, he sort of like, he stops playing and comes out and goes, okay, sorry about that. I was a little freaked out by your friend who's clearly a magic user.
Oh, yeah, but he's not... I would say he's not very dangerous, but Bondo doesn't reckon he's dangerous, but he's also an idiot.
Yes, well, that is quite apparent. It's the reason I haven't shat myself. All right, let's do this thing. And he sort of gets up and he takes your flint and tinder and starts lighting the lantern. After a while, it catches and he kind of closes the glass over it and tightens it up and then hands you back your flint and tinder. He goes, now, my good chum, what's the plan? Should we
Can I
do
just say
something?
that is some top quality Bowie.
Thank
right
you very
there.
much. It's pretty. Bowie's a great character. No fan art yet, but great character. Yeah, like you could have like fan art over something that appears like for a second, but me putting a lot of thought, effort, and practice and rehearsal into a character, zero fan art. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right.
You are not appreciated, Neil. It's a crying shame.
I'm thinking of you lot, by the way. I'm not talking about our community making fan art. I mean you making fan art. Steve. You, Tom.
I've got your fan art right here, baby.
Neil, my fan art.
All right, so kind of moving back in an order because you split the party. Pete, what are you doing, sir? Now, Bondo is raiding all of the silver and is now pouring the silver into basically a big bucket, which is next to the forge, and as well as stoking the forge and lighting it up. All this lovely scummy silver is pouring into the barrel.
No. We're being helpful. We're putting at least half the coins into the barrel with him.
Okay, do you want to make a sleight of hand dex check? Do you have pickpocket or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, no, I've got pick lock. I haven't got pickpocket.
Okay, you haven't got. So it's just a straight dex check, and you're actually. I'm going to say minus
I'm not
10.
being subtle about this.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Anyway,
so you almost critically fail that. So basically, you stuff your hand in into a pile of silver, and you wrench it out, and then you like pour it surreptitiously into the barrel, and then you just go. And then you just throw a whole bunch behind you, like that. You know, like you're doing like a coin trick with a kid.
Had a
like
spasm.
yeah, like one of those ones. You just throw it, and it just smashes against the wall. And Dave almost hits Wavy Dave and goes, "Hey, watch out there! Those coins are going everywhere!" And you just sort of turn to Bondo with a kind of look on your face.
What's a me?
Yeah. So you didn't do that very well.
You don't need all of it, Bondo. You don't need all of them. Look, just a couple. It's going to help us in the long run. Trust me.
Can I give him a gold coin to make him stop doing this?
You can totally give him a gold coin. Why don't you take one from your little area and then just dump it into his area?
Yeah.
Tell me gold coins.
Don't give.
Oh,
Don't,
come on,
don't
Teddy.
Give it to Sad Neil.
No, that's Steve. Teddy's the green
I'm
one.
green.
Yeah,
I'm green.
he's green.
There you go. And voila.
Cool.
I think.
All right.
Thanks.
So,
now I've got a gold coin as
Right.
well as some
Take
silver
the
coins.
gold. Let me have the silver.
all right. So he's every time you go towards the silver, he's going to like smack your hand away a little bit. That's going to be like a reflex action. Okay. Boom. I'm going to give him initiative on that as well. All right.
No,
So-
it's fine. We're trying to be helpful and move it forward here. So
All right.
I'm being good.
So going down the stairs, Rattigan, you're leading. So now you've got night vision of about 6 yards, and you've got a little ferret as well, which is cool.
I could see something anyway.
Sure. As you come down, the first thing you see is a whole bunch of meat hanging. There's like a whole bunch of meat hanging in rows.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't see much. You can see that this is like a cellar. You can't see much on this wall. There are a few like boxes and probably barrels of bits and pieces and things. You don't know what's in them over here. But you can't see much against the wall here. All you can see is there's 2 rows of meat that's just sort of hanging like this, like that, like this. There's 3 there and 4 there. And they're hanging on like a kind of like an iron joist, which runs the whole length. And there's some other hooks here, some little meat hooks.
And are you talking about like big, like half an animal, like hunks of animal? Or
Yeah, they're a good 3 feet of meat, like a carcass, basically, but no legs or arms or anything.
What sort of meat?
Well, that's a question, isn't it, Steve?
Delicious.
Yeah,
Better gnaw on it to find out.
yeah. Well, I'll see if it goes with Apple. That's
Can we do an intelligence test to try and figure that out?
You can both do an intelligence test. Yeah, you don't have any medical skills either of you, but fair enough. So you can both do. It's
I've got
pretty
etiquette.
gruesome. It's pretty gruesome. You do have etiquette, which can give you a +1 on that roll.
I know.
Just
Because it
just
looks like
because
they're
it's hanging
bowing.
meat doesn't mean it's people, does it? It's not always people.
Well,
It is always people.
it's always people.
71. 71. My knowledge of how to dance properly in the court doesn't help me identify the type of meat.
Weirdly,
I think it might be horse.
yeah.
I pass again.
You pass again. Oh my god.
Yeah, baby.
This is so ominous.
You know your meat.
When we get to you like avoiding a fate point roll, I'm pretty sure it's going to go the other way. So,
Yeah.
okay. So
The poop is going to hit the thing.
it really is. So Steve starts wandering through and sort of touching the meat and licking one of them and going, salted, salted, and sort of walks down here. You sort of stop as you sort of look at the meat and you realise the meat's hanging upside down is the first thing. And then you turn your head like all the way as far to the left as you can, and then you sort of hop on one leg and you sort of turn upside down a little bit, and you realise that you can see a human neck hanging below, and that this body is a body. It looks like the opened up insides of a body, which you haven't seen before, so that's why you didn't recognise it. But you sort of see the stumps of where the legs should be and where the arms should be, and this very much looks like a body. Not great.
Can I just ask? All right. Okay, so I'm going to say firstly, I say to Ziggy, yeah, that's a body. Like we have a moment where we both look at each other and he goes, no, and I go, yep. And he goes,
I'm
no.
going to spit out of my mouth, having licked one of them.
I can't believe you licked one.
You got a little bit of cadaver jerky in your mouth and just sort of spit it out.
Neil,
Yeah.
can I just ask quickly? Is there any? So there's no exits from this. It's just a.
You don't know.
right?
You've only just walked down. So if you want to do a search test, you can. You can both do so. You've got time, so you can both.
And
do a
and
search
what
test.
else can we see? There's just 2 barrels, right?
There's a whole. Yeah, there's actually more than that. There's about 3 or 4
Okay.
barrels here, like that, and there's a couple of barrels against the wall there, and there's like a little crate over here. Oh, actually, there is one thing that you do see. Actually, you see over here. There's like a chuck table. Like, like in a butcher's where you cut up meat and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
a cleaver here, and hanging next to it is actually what looks to be like a little jacket. It's just hanging on the wall. And there's like another like hook for coats here as well. But if you want to do a search test properly, you can. Both of you can actually. It'll take a little bit
Is
of
there
time.
also a dog in the cellar with us?
I'm going to say that there is a
Yes,
dog.
my little dog.
It's been hung up, but it's not been opened up, so it's still no. There's no dog. in there.
no.
Well, you just brought a dog into a roleplay group. I mean, what am I supposed to do? Roll with it, right?
Are the corpses detachable? I mean, can we
you
can we
can cut-
move them along the girder or something?
Yeah, the girder, basically they're on metal hooks that just gone on like a metal pole. So the girder itself is just basically like a pole which you can slide.
I
up and
mean,
down.
I do also look at Ziggy, and I say, you know what I'm thinking, don't you? This is a continuation of that moment where he's
Yeah.
like, no,
Yeah.
I'm thinking bait.
Oh, thank God for that. I thought you were thinking casserole. You had me.
You had me
yeah,
in casserole.
But these are fine Empire citizens. They do not deserve to be used in your dog treat shenanigans. I think we should give them a appropriate funeral and respectful farewell, and blows them up.
Set fire to the place, blow them up.
All I'm saying is we get them all in one place with one of these bodies or some other kind of meat. We get them all in one place, and it's a lot easier to blow them up.
I can see the logic. We just have to say go somewhat against the grain. But you
All
know,
right.
we live in we live in morally flexible times. I'll concede that. But I can certainly see the logic in which perhaps if we stuffed them with enough black powder, they would be sort of cremated. That would sort of be an acceptable farewell.
I
That's
tell you
how
what
it
I'll do
works,
as well.
right?
I'll give them a little blessing before we do it. Would that make you feel better?
Will it be a Sigmarite blessing?
It'll be a Ratigite blessing.
Okay, so that's close enough. Yeah.
All right, so you're going to do a search test as well. It'll take you about 20
Yeah,
minutes to like properly go.
definitely.
Well, about 15 minutes actually, I would say. Yeah.
Is there sort of a mask like looks fits over a human head, but it's like a pig sort of?
There's no human heads. There's just no
No,
arms and
fine,
legs. And
no.
there's no limbs on these things.
No,
Basically,
I
it's
meant like a hat that you could wear, a pig's head hat, but that's fine.
You've been away too long. What the fuck, man? You've been away way too long, Steve.
Okay. Well, how do we do a search test? Changing the subject.
Search test. There's a quick search, which is like a rapid search, or there's a proper search, which is detailed, meticulous, like tapping walls and moving things and blah blah blah. That takes longer depending on how big it is. So I'm going to say.
I'm not doing that one.
You're not doing a thorough search.
Not doing a thorough search. No, there is no way that Ziggy would ever do a thorough search.
Fine, you can do a rapid search, which will tell you like some basics. If Tom wants to do a detailed search, he can. It's initiative based, so you have to initiative. You have to roll for initiative.
Can I just ask before? So while Ziggy, so let Ziggy do a search. But I just want to ask about the small jacket that you said was hanging up.
Yeah.
When you say it's small, is it like you saying like a child's jacket? What is it?
No. It's like a man-sized. It's like an adult-sized, man or woman-sized jacket. It's black and it's covered in like grime and stuff, but it's quite thin. But I mean, you're gonna investigate. You want to have a look at it and stuff.
All right. So while Ziggy is checking out the rest of the room or doing whatever he's doing search-wise, I'm gonna go and check that jacket.
All right. So it's a very thin. It looks like it's been made of tanned leather. It's very thin, but it's black. It's like a jacket, so it's got arms and a body. There's no like way to do it up. But it looks like you wear it the wrong way around, if that makes sense. So it looks like if somebody's going to be cutting up meat, it's to stop them, I guess, getting splashed by blood and things, and brains and whatever
delightful
juices that come out of a human body. But it looks like you wear it like back, like kind of like a straight jacket without any like ties at the back. So yeah, it's just a little thin black jacket, but it's leather.
You think it would fit over your two bathrobes?
I think it would fit.
I'm thinking I could take the bathrobes off and then put it on, and then put the bathrobes back on.
Yeah,
would it count as some kind of armor?
Yes, it will count as leather armor. Yeah, I'll allow that.
Oh, okay.
It's
so
covered in human blood and
it's covered in a lot of weird shit.
What was it Neil said? The god awful fluids that come out of the human body.
Yeah,
I think that was the phrase he used. Yeah.
Listen, mate, I've been sleeping on large hedges. I'm regularly weed on by small animals. So I'm all right. So I'm going to take my robes off and put it on.
I'm going to avert my eyes.
Tell the
Smiley, look away.
What's going on in this episode?
All right, so you do a kind of semi-ratty striptease, which is not as sexy as you think. You slip on this grimy, horrible, god-awful jacket, which stinks like... Well, it doesn't smell that bad to you.
Protection. Ratty needs protection.
All right, so you now have a leather jacket, which gives you soaking damage. You can soak 1 point of damage up to 3 wounds, which means that if you get any damage up to 3, which means any damage that's 4 or more after your toughness, you can't take any wounds off. You're only going to take 1 wound off. It's a bit complicated, I know. So it's like an armor point, but it only works
I
up
see.
to 3
So
damage.
it's basically only if it's a heavy hit,
It's not going to do shit. But if it's a light hit,
but a light
it'll soak
hit
up.
it will absorb something.
Yeah.
Just a thought. Does the leather jacket have a sort of a tattoo that says "Mum" on it?
No. No, it really doesn't.
Oh, okay. Were you thinking it's made out of a person?
Well, I don't know. You know,
leather.
when in Rome, when in Rome, skin the human. You know.
So when
it
so
is very light tan
on,
though. It's light tan jacket, and there's some
when I
stitches
put it
all
on,
over it. Yeah.
It's sort of Astilian
Oh my God,
sort
Steve!
of.
I've suddenly up to. I'm now with you on what you've just said and why you've said it. Yes, it has a mom sticker and an anchor on the left sleeve, and it's stitched, and the tan is quite pale. Yes, yes, Steve.
That's...
Welcome back. Yes.
You're making the cosplay really hard here.
Well, I'm not in this. Dude, I gotta say, you three are fucking rowdy today, man. I'm trying to get a word out and fulfill Steve's fantasy of a skin leathered jacket what's his face to now wear, and you're getting around it. So that's the cosplayers.
Jim, that's terrifying.
The cosplayers knew what they were getting into when they started this endeavor. So it's a skin leather tan jacket, which has.
I can't wear that then.
You can wear that. It's fine.
No,
it's not an animal. It's not an animal. It's human. It's fine. By the way, your character doesn't know that. Your character
was it a vegan?
Yeah, it was a vegan. It was a vegan.
The irony, the sweet irony.
So basically, Tom, your character doesn't know that. It's just a jacket. It's not black. Know that.
If it's got a tattoo on.
You just think it's like a branding. You can't read, dude. You have no idea what that word says.
Branding.
Basically, Tom, your character has no way of reading and writing. You don't know read or write, so you could say anything. You think it's like a
tattoo looks like though. I'm not gonna wear it if it's human skin. I'm just too gross.
You don't know it's human skin, Tom. You think it's just another jacket. And
let's rewind. Let's say it's not human skin. I clearly put that in your head, and I'm really sorry.
It makes sense. Steve, it's a clever idea. I think it's. I like the fact you all contribute to this game.
I'm out. I'm out.
But Tom, your character doesn't know that. Your character can know that later.
Can we not say to avoid? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're not putting on the skin jacket?
No.
All right, fair enough. Okay. There's something about the texture that feels very much like personal.
It's just, I'm about to put it on, and then we notice the tattoo, and I'm like, ugh. No. And yeah.
All right.
I'm out.
But you're so polite, you put it back on the peg exactly where it was.
Yeah, I do put it back on the peg.
All right.
I sort of very daintily put it back on the peg. I'll just leave this here. Like that.
All right. So you put it dainty back on. Now, Steve, can you make a quick search test, which is your initiative base? Just straight initiative test.
Yeah.
46?
What's my initiative? 46. Excellent.
Oh, really cool. Okay, so you sort of like
the skin of my teeth.
So
Actually, I shouldn't say that. Actually.
So you sort of wander around. You see Ratty taking off this. Yes, very good. You see Ratty taking off the skin jacket and go, Ratty, never mind. And you walk off as he goes, "Ugh!" And then you do a little patrol sweep around, like occasionally kicking a barrel for no point. And you turn around like one last final look. And as you're about to go, you sort of do a double take. And you don't see something, but you feel something. You sort of feel like fresh air on your cheeks, or at least like wind on your cheeks. And it's sort of coming from this direction that you're facing and over here, where I've just blacked this out. So
I'm going to go, Jesus Christ! And I'm going to shoot it with a crossbow.
My God! Okay.
Sigma!
Sigma!
By the hammer!
Yeah. By the hammer.
Not even going to look. Just going to shoot.
Do you want to do like a jump? I'll let you do acrobatics if you want, just to punch it. Punch the moment.
Okay. How do I do that?
Sigma!
Yeah.
Okay. You don't need to roll for anything because there's nothing to shoot at, but you can fire off a bolt. Please cross a bolt off on your character sheet. Just because I'm spiteful like that.
Can it clang around inside the room like a blaster bolt in the trash compactor?
I will totally allow that. Please roll d6 for how many times it ricochets. It may hit one of you. Go for
how many times it kills Tom?
Okay, roll a d6. Roll a d6.
Oh, great.
Why are you letting me do this? I don't know why. That's a 62. Okay, no, you're not gonna hit anything. 3. Okay.
Just look outside and see if there's a full moon tonight. This feels like a full moon episode is occurring.
It's a little bit. All right, so it goes pew, 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 like the bit out of Star Wars in the trash compactor, and then it just like thuds into. It goes and just thuds into the stairs there. So after that outburst, you feel a little.
Sorry,
Why night's the full moon?
We're close. We are actually close to. Well, that makes a lot of sense, really.
Yeah. Back in the game, folks. So, Steve, nothing happens, nobody dies, and nobody saw you do this cool little flip and fire. Although they probably heard you upstairs. But nothing happens. There's no danger. What do you want to do?
What was that? Did you hear that? Did you see that? What was that?
I believe it's just some fresh air. Is it just air?
So we're going to pop back to...
Are you shooting at air now, Ziggy? Is that a thing?
We're going to
I know you're a very careful young man, but That's
Look,
his
I
hair.
didn't come through the Astilian campaign by not shooting at air, okay?
We're going to pop back over to Bondo and to Teddy. So, Teddy, he has now poured all of the silver, unless you want to try and hide some silver, I guess. But he's basically grabbed all of the silver and has dunked it into this barrel. You can make one more sleight of hand test to liberate some silver coins, if you wish.
That's a good idea. Liberation is required.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can just get a couple
30.
in.
That's
30.
success.
That's a good.
All right, roll 2d6.
Against Dex, it is, yes.
Yeah, what's your dex? Your dexterity?
43.
43. Okay, so roll 2d6, and that's how many silver coins you're going to liberate.
8. 8 silver coins.
All right, I'm going to give you 8 silver coins. Don't spend it all at once. Not that you can, because you're basically stuck in the apocalypse.
Let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. So, okay. So Bondo, what's your plan?
I'm still building the bombs, I suppose.
What do you think we need to do?
Thing, Jim, and what's the sort of?
You hear that as you're kind of talking and moving silver. You hear this by Sigma from the cellar.
Oh, bloody humans.
What are they up to down there? I just don't bloody know.
Idiotic Longshanks, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
The Bondo has no clue how the mind of a human works. I don't think most of them do either.
Long-legged muppets most of the time, I tell you.
You might be right there, boy.
So, Bondo, what's your plan, sir? What's your plan, Jim?
What stage of the bomb building am I at now?
You're about 10 minutes in, so because we're going to move time forwards, folks, otherwise it'll get incredibly big. So you're about 10 minutes in, you've prepped everything. You need to start the forge now, which you can do automatically. And then
I was
you're
going to cut the coins up. I thought that'd be better. Just use a pair of tin snips and just use them as sharp shrapnel.
Yeah, but you still need to make the bomb. You've got to fuse the metal. You've got to create the spherical object it's going to go in. You just can't scatter silver, everybody. Like it's not.
No, I thought there was a container. Okay,
no,
fair enough.
There's no container.
Yep.
You can get a container like a tin can or something you can find. You still have to compact it and make it into something that can be exploded. So it's not a case of just pouring stuff and throwing it at people. Okay. Like silver on the werewolf skin. You don't know how this is going to work, by the way, because you've never fought a were creature before, and silver you don't even know if it's going to work either. So if you're going to make this, you should make it as a bomb with silver in it. Otherwise,
yes.
Do you know what I mean?
The idea is if what silver doesn't kill them, then the nails and the bits and
exactly.
explosion will.
Yeah, exactly. So you're still going to have to make it. So you have to prep the forge. Then you're going to have to, using your manuals and stuff and your basic know-how, you're going to try and wing this and try and make something that can be lit and exploded. Wavy's sort of like humming to himself, and every now and again goes to the keyhole and then goes and walks away from it. So if you want to make a dex check, I said let's speed up the process a little bit. So you can make a series of dex checks. How many you don't know. I shall roll for how many you need to make. That's a D3. Okay, so the first one is failed. I'm guessing. So what's your dex? 30, right?
My dex is 40.
40 plus 20 with luck.
With me helping as well.
No,
Okay, let's throw a luck in.
if anything, Pete, you're going to actually like make it go the other way. So you're actually a minus modifier because you're trying to steal silver and getting in his way the whole time. So yeah, 60 is your baseline from now on. So 60 is each test will be 60. The first one you pass, so you manage to work out how to get the forge going, and you start pouring in the silver to smelt it down. You find some casts that you could put the silver into to make these little spikes and things to make them really nice and sharp. And you reckon you've got the tin can and 2 tin cans and enough equipment to make these into like objects you can seal and then maybe put a fuse in. So you're going to need to do this twice more to be able to pass. You can't roll just yet, sir. You're going to need to do 2 more attempts to roll to get these things working well. And if they fail at any stage, you won't know that they failed. Okay, I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Or I can roll for you if you want. I might do the last roll for you, actually. I'm going to do the last roll for you to make it fair.
Okay.
Yeah, to make it helpful. All right, so Pete, you've been told to fuck off by Bondo. Fuck off! Like that after a while, because he's just trying his patience. What do you want to do, Pete?
Is there any other sort of boxes or anything in here that we've not sort of checked into yet?
Yeah, there's a whole small bunch of boxes over here. They seem pretty well locked. So you're gonna have to do. I can give you there's one kind of like cabinet which has a lock on it, but you can see through. It's like a mesh screen, so you can see through it. There's lots of little like drawers and things behind it. So you can do one lock and you'll be able to get access to this like caged cupboard.
Oh, it's worth doing then. Could be anything in there.
Okay, so make a dex check plus 20 for your lockpick skills. Have you? Oh, for lockpicking, sorry. And it's that's a 10. Yeah, that's going to beat the. There is a rating of 30 on this, but that's still going to beat it. So yeah, you manage to open the door. You find the sweet spot. It clicks open, and now you have access to all of these lovely little containers over there. Although they don't look very big, they look like quite small. They look like where they store like I don't know.
Could it have gems inside them or jewels or
Sure
rings?
thing. What are you going to do with that? Just while I'm moving.
Well,
on?
I'm just going to start looking through them because we've got time at the moment, right? While Bondo's doing stuff, I'm not in to rush. I'm just
All
gonna
right,
look
so
at them individually.
You start looking through. There's a lot of paper in here. Some with like kind of like gold leaf etching on it and bits and pieces. There's lots of writing, none of which you understand. So you just chucking them through and checking them out.
Yeah. Just looking for
Okay, so
more
you sort of-
substantial than paperwork.
You get a little bored of
Throwing
it.
out the magic spell books and the priceless treatise on alchemical formulas.
Yeah.
Oh, you start throwing it onto the floor, basically. All right.
That stuff will help
Lost
start the
works
fire,
of
right?
Wilhelm Shakespeare.
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, you can use it as kindling. That's a good idea.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So Steve and Tom, what are you doing? You're back still down here. You can hear this like clunk clunk as Bondo seems to be like getting the forge ready and is moving things around. You can hear the beautiful humming of Wavy Davy in the background.
Do you think we should tell them we found a human butcher shop down here? Or do you think they would sleep better not knowing that?
How about we still go with the bait idea, but we make it look like not human bodies, just so they don't know.
What, sort of draw hooves on them, or what?
Brilliant idea. What have you found over there? Moving on. What have you found over there?
Nothing at all. I think there was just a puff of wind. I apologise. Is there anything? Is there anything over there? Is there anything in the corner? Sorry.
Oh, are you talking to Neil?
Yeah, I was asking Neil.
Yeah. There is a you can see the barrels behind it. There's definitely a wind draft coming through. So what there is behind there, you're not sure. But if you pull the barrels away, you might be able to find something.
Okay, I'll go do that then. I'm reloading my crossbow first. Then I'm going in SWAT team style again.
Okay.
Kicking the barrel away. Can I see down here? Is the light still okay-ish with the luminous ferret?
Yeah, in fact, actually,
I'll come
Tom,
over to him if he needs some help. I'm not, because I've dropped the jacket anyway, so I'll come over.
Tom, you're going to actually have to actually spend another magic point, Tom, if you want to keep that magic flame going.
How many magic points have I got left?
5.
5. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll ever so cautiously approach this area of the corner there.
Okay, so you cautiously go, and you see, unlike the rest of the walls, there's actually wood here, and actually wooden panels, and it looks like somebody's done a bad repair, and you can definitely feel like gusts of wind or air moving through, and you can make of that as you will. You can make an educated guess of what that is, but it's definitely in this corner. All this area here has got wooden planks on it either side, and they're not high. They're about waist level to the floor. It's like this. Ding, 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 ding.
Do I have any sort of idea, like in terms of my sense of direction, which tells me where this might come out? So would this still be underground? I have etiquette.
Yeah. If this was a conversation with a noble lord, you suspect it would come out 50 meters to the west.
Lost.
No, Steve. No.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, but would I? Is there any? Can I make a test or something to know? Would we be underground, or am I going to like smash a hole in the wall and it's going to be like just loads of werewolves outside going? Thanks for holding.
You don't need to make a test. I mean, this was in the floor above you. You've gone through the floor of the storeroom. The storeroom is a ground floor building, so you're in the floor.
Underground.
Yeah.
So underground.
Where this comes out is completely up.
And the I guess what I was asking is the slaughtered lamb on like a hill? So could this sort of?
Oh, I see what you mean. No, it's on a plane. Flat plane.
It's on a plane. Okay, so we're still underground. So it's fairly safe to smash the wall down.
Possibly, yeah.
Ratties, you think we should explore a bit further this way, or
completely safe?
Anything to get away from the horrible people jacket. Yeah.
Yes, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
something of a low point, wasn't it? Yes.
Yeah, so
Okay,
I'm going to go.
Can I mule kick, or can we? Have you got any sort of magic that would bash through this bit of wall?
I have not got any magic that will
It
do
looks
that.
like
no.
it looks like you can actually probably just whack your sword in and just like jimmy the panels out of the wall. I mean, they're not that sturdy. They're
A
not
soldier does not use his weapon as a common workman's tool.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
I'm going to
Excuse
try.
me.
I'm going to try and
Say
smash
so.
it with my shield.
All right, you bash it into the shield. All right.
Or, or I'll get a peasant to do it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
It's a noble way. Yeah. Okay.
I'll try and give it a big sturdy kick before I try and blunt my my cavalry rapier or my spider sword on it.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So you give it a good kick, and actually, these things are pretty damp. Obviously, there's fuck all airflow down here or in the building itself, and these things have been rotted. So you give it a good kicking, and it just crumples. And in fact, your foot goes straight through into a tunnel. So there's some kind of tunnel at the back here, like this. Just goes straight out, like clack.
Like an ossuary or some sort of corpse pile in there.
No, I don't know. It's a low tunnel, basically. You'd have to crouch.
Okay.
Pete would Teddy would probably be fine just walking through, more or less. But you'd have to crouch to get through it, basically. Not on your hands and knees, but crouch.
Okay. What do you reckon, Ratty? Do you think you could illuminate the tunnel a bit more before I put my head in? I'm paranoid.
I didn't know you were scared of small dark spaces, Ziggy.
Oh my god, that's totally going to be your insanity if you ever get enough insanity.
So
Well,
I can go first if you want, my friend, my little
yes,
buddy.
that sounds like a good idea. You've got the glowing rats. That's fine.
All right, my brave little soldier. I'll go first. And, okay, I will lead the way in.
All right, cool.
To this tunnel.
So, boys upstairs, you hear this crack, a soft crack from down below. You assume that Ziggy's just lost his patience and has smashed Ratty over the head with a 2x4. About time, sort of like
They're at it again.
They're at it again. Yeah.
What bloody hell?
Right. Bondo, can you please make another Dex check plus 30, so it's 60. And Pete, can you make an initiative test, please?
Ooh.
So I guess Pete first over here. And 60 for Pete.
Plus.
And Jim, have you rolled yet? Jim.
Uh-oh.
Yes, I've
Jim.
rolled. These are my rolls down here. Well done, Jim, for your second roll. Okay, moving forward. Oh, sorry, that didn't sound like Jim at all. That was me, folks. Sorry, that was a lie. I just lied to the community. I just lied.
Wow.
I felt bad about that.
It was uncanny.
All right then, let's roll these dice. That's Jim. There's Jim there. Okay, so we're going to assume Jim rolled them.
You're back. Did you drop off for a minute?
Yeah. Oh, that's right, lad. It's Jim, I guess.
I'll roll this dice.
I roll this dice. I'm not actually Welsh, but I got stuck in the accent, method acting and that.
Very Rob Brydon. I like it.
All right, so we're going to get back to Jim later, but he's got time. So Pete, so you go through. In fact, you do find a small bag of something, a little summon. You pull.
Always get these bags of stuff.
Yeah, you pull out another drawer, and there's more paper, and you just throw it to the ground. In fact, you toss some out and throw it into the fire. But you eventually find what is it feels like a hollow part of the drawers, if that makes sense. So you knock around and you pull it out, and one of the drawers seems short, basically. And in your experience, that means there's a hollow bit, which is like a secret area. So you put your arm around and you sort of flick a catch, and out drops a small bag of something into your little greedy, sweaty palms. And you retrieve it, and there's a little small bag.
Sweaty?
Of something. They're a little sweaty. You're a little excited, dude. You're a little excited. You're on the rob.
Okay, yeah.
Don't tell me when the halfling's not sweaty when they're on the rob, dude. We all know that's true. It's true, isn't it? Halflings get sweaty when they're on the rob.
So it's a little bag of. Can I investigate what's in the bag?
Yeah, you open it, and there's little gemstones in there, but they're sort of glowing a little bit, which is weird.
Okay, warpstone bag.
No, they're not. You don't know what they're warpstone or not. They are glowing a little bit though, which is weird. Which is a bit weird.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, it's not something I've ever seen before. Sort of thing.
To the point where this is like that kind of. You're actually having a moment like Pulp Fiction, where they open the case and the cigarette sort of hangs out of John Travolta's mouth. It's like one of those like moment. Wavy goes, "Hey, did you find something with all your crazy pulling out of the papers and whatnot? What's that you've got there?" He sort of like starts walking over towards you.
Nothing for you, Bowie. Just a bit of gold.
You elbow him in the stomach. No, nothing for you. Fuck off, Bowie.
No!
So fucking London.
Just get lost.
So London.
Get lost.
Fuck off.
Nothing for you to
Get out of my face, Bowie.
Go write a magical ballad, Bowie.
Yeah. So fucking London. All right, so you dissuade him from what you're doing, and you stuff it. I guess you stuff it in your jacket or something, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But back in its bag and then in my jacket. Yeah.
Back in its bag. All right, back to our boys, because let's face it, there's not much else happening right now. Back to our boys. It's been about 25 minutes, half an hour or so now, I would say. What are you going to do? What are you doing, Ratti? You can see a little bit because you've got a bit of night vision. Touch of night vision.
Yeah, so I'm heading down into this space.
Okay.
So what am I seeing? I mean, is it just a corridor?
It's just like a mud tunnel. But it goes, you can't see, it becomes gloom ahead of you. However, it doesn't feel like you're in any danger, like you don't sense or feel anybody like coming towards you. And it's a straight tunnel. It's been carved out. So it's not very big, because obviously any bigger and it would collapse. But this thing just goes ahead, and you think there might be something ahead of you, maybe, but it's not a person. It's just like where the tunnel either turns or where the tunnel stops, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, I'm going to carry on then. I will just take that.
Okay.
I'm just pushing ahead.
You push ahead, and you actually do come to the end of the tunnel, and except the tunnel sort of ends very abruptly. However, above you, you see what is a smaller trapdoor. Again, like a wooden thing. It's held together with timber joists. There's no metal here or anything, and it's just more like a kind of it's more like a little kind of panel that you just push up, I guess. Kind of like an attic. You know, in attics, you get like typically wood that you push up.
And just to establish, we didn't figure out which direction this tunnel was going in, did we?
Not really, no.
Okay. Not even like a basic intelligence, like just have a rough idea.
Well, you don't have anything that could possibly help you on this, but I mean, the tunnel feels straight-ish. Common sense. You could make a guess, a straight intelligence test, but it may not be accurate, even if you get it right. I'm just saying.
Secret DM roll. Secret DM.
All right, I'm going to do a DM roll. Yeah, that's the other way around. What's your intelligence there, buddy?
Intelligence is 38.
Okay, cool. You're pretty sure that you think it goes slightly to the right, and then immediately. Well, actually, no. You think it goes slightly to the left, about a good 10 feet, like maybe like 4 or 5 yards. You reckon is what you think?
So it could be possibly an escape.
Yeah. What it looks like right now is how the tunnel goes. That's what it looks like.
Oh, I see. So it could be taking us out from outside. Okay, so I'm going to turn around to Ziggy and I'm going to go, there's a hatch here. And can I just ask, how high up above us is the hatch? Is it reachable?
Oh, you have to crouch to get in the tunnel. So if you stand up, your head would go through the hatch.
All right, and I go, I turn to him and I go, shall I put my head through it? Do you dare me to put my head through it?
I would open it first, but whatever.
Okay, I'm going to very gingerly reach up and just very, very gently open it, very kind of carefully.
Okay, so you very, very gently open it. The first thing... Okay, there's not any roll I can do for this, I think. You very gently open it, and you hear this...
Oh my!
Like that. As you push up, and the first thing you see.
No.
If you come over here, the first thing you see is this like enormous clawed foot, like this.
Yeah.
Like that, and it's just like right in front of you, just standing like, and there's like what looks to be this tail, but it's not a tail anymore. It's like got like ooze coming off it, and it's actually one of the parts of the tail is a snake. that looks a little bit like Elvis.
So I very
What?
quietly and quickly lower the hatch.
Okay. Okay, you sort of start lowering the hatch, and as you do so, the hatch suddenly just flies off, completely flies off. And then standing over you is this enormous fucking chicken. And actually, you've sort of miscalculated a little bit. You didn't come outside of the compound. You came out sort of slightly the other way.
Yeah, I figured out where we came out.
Okay, cool. I thought
Was it in the chicken coop? Was it in the chicken coop?
I just thought I'd make it real clear, just in case you're really deep into your character right now. So, you're actually here now. The chicken has like lifted off this piece of wood and just flung it, but it's just staring at you, going. It doesn't seem particularly aggressive. You do see the body of a werewolf that's been ripped apart, just like here, like its legs, and it's just thrown everywhere. Basically.
Okay, so I go back to Ziggy. It comes out in the bloody chicken coop.
Oh wait, are you moving?
No, I stand very still.
Okay.
I'm sort of saying between gritted teeth. It's the chicken, the giant chickens. It's come out in the giant chickens like that.
Ziggy, give him some. Ratty, give him some of the bird seed that's in your pocket.
I do have birds. Didn't I have birds?
Yeah, you do. You've got bird
You must have bird seed in your pocket.
You've got bird seed and
have
cheese.
bird seed.
You've got bird seed, cheese, and butter. You've basically got half of a trail mix bar.
That's right, yeah. Okay, so I grab a
chaos
handful of it.
One second, folks. Hang on a second.
Not the trail mix. Not the trail mix.
Is he going to get some food again?
I think
Talking about
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
bird seed made him hungry, so he's just like, I need to.
You're gonna throw bird seed at it.
Off ordering nuggets or something.
You're gonna throw bird seed at it.
Just not at it.
The name of Tal, command you. All right. So what are you gonna do? How are you gonna put this out? Because I have to go leave for a second.
Just tossing it sort of gently, kind of over the edge of the hatch, so that like to lead the chicken away from.
Your face.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you sort of toss it gently away, and it goes. And as you sort of toss it, it sort of looks and then like bobs and looks at the feed, then looks back at you, and then just slowly like shuffles. When I say slowly shuffles, this thing's fucking enormous. So it just sort of like shuffles like that, and then another chicken goes
like a dinosaur.
Yeah, like boom, 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 goes starts pecking at the thing, and then as you see that, another chicken sort of sees this, looks at you, starts coming forward and goes, and just sort of stares at you again with its beady little eyes. And then the third chicken also turns around and stares at you and starts plodding forward. In fact, one of its clawed feet smashes through the werewolf, like the head of the werewolf, and just goes like that, and just goes. I hope you've got enough for everybody, Tom. Is all I'm saying.
Well, that's what I start doing. It's just immediately like
Chucking
doling
bird
out
seed.
handfuls of it.
All
There
right.
you
Actually,
go.
they're eating werewolves, but not
All right.
enough.
Well, there's still chickens at their heart, dude. You know? That's so judgmental, Pete.
Anyway, what I am also saying, Ziggy, what do we do? What are we doing? Do we?
What are we doing? What am I doing? I'm just putting feed out. What am I doing? Oh my god! What am I doing?
chickens I'll be with you in 5.
I've got animal care skill, and just so you know,
You do have animal care skills. Do you want to try and befriend these enormous fucking were chickens? These
yeah,
monstrous...
they
More
are.
pets, more pets.
No.
I'm not gonna.
Yes.
No. I'm not gonna
War
keep them.
penguins,
Open
war
the gate,
chickens.
let them go
Hang
after the
on.
werewolves.
Ziggy and me should have this conversation in character, right? So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I think I might be able to make friends with the chickens, the giant chickens. I might be able to make friends with them.
Have I
they're
seen
like-
the giant? Do I know there's really giant chickens, or do I
You
think
think
this is like a
no.
psychotic break?
So, Steve, Ziggy knows Ratty. That's all I'm going to say. He doesn't know anything about were chickens. He does know about Ratty. I'm just
He's a
saying.
good egg. I'm just gonna say, okay, mein Freund. Yeah, just try and lead them back towards the werewolves. Throw the chicken feed over there.
They might mess
I'm
up.
right behind you, I say as I sort of back slowly towards the stairs.
Okay.
It's still quite far behind.
All right. Cool.
Yes, I've got the shield and the crossbow right here.
Okay, so having thrown out more handfuls of the feed
Yeah.
to them, how are they reacting?
They're reacting well. They seem to like it, Tom. However, you've only got so many pockets and so much feed. So who knows what's going to happen when you deny them the feed? But so far, they're loving it.
Oh, so you're going to learn a new spell, create bird feed or something?
Yes.
It's part of herb lore.
Create Acme chicken feed pile.
What do you want to do, Tom?
I'm gonna gently, very carefully, while they're eating, climb out of the hole.
Okay. So you climb out, and you're not standing in the middle of them. They're not eating you or anything like that. But you sort of climb out of your hole here, and the first one sort of like is demolished.
And I'm doing the whole, like the dude in Jurassic World, when he's like with the raptors, where I'm like holding my hands out, just very kind of carefully, just like very carefully.
like you are,
very
like your
carefully.
character model is right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're doing this, and the chickens, and these things are fucking enormous, by the way. I should probably make you smaller or make them bigger. These things are like a good 8 feet tall. Like they're like this, but there's just not enough room. So you're sort of doing that. What are you doing precisely? And Ziggy, what are you doing now?
If he's going up, I am going to be behind him. I'm going to follow up and get up. If there's space, I will climb up into the chicken coop as well. I've got animal handling as well, bizarrely, or animal care. I've got animal care, so I know.
Okay, you can both make
I
leadership.
know all about chaos chickens.
All right, you can make
Chaos chicken.
you can make leadership roles and stuff if you want, folks. To see if you can try and help these things. Or
Is that what we need to do to sort of tame them?
I wouldn't say tame, but maybe just not like get too interested in you right now. They're enjoying
Not get in their faces.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can make. I would say that with interaction comes some kind of risk. I'm just saying that.
So I get a plus for having animal care.
You do, yeah. So you get it's leadership plus say 10, and then for you, Ziggy, it'd be 20 because you got care and handling.
This is where I'm.
Oh no, I've just got care. I've got animal care and animal training. Actually, I've got both.
You got training.
Wow,
Okay,
you're
I'll
really
give you
animal friendly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a
Indeed.
whopping plus 20 for you. Then
I'm like Crocodile Dundee. I'm going.
What are you trying to do? Wait, folks.
Can I get a plus?
Hang on.
for having
Hang on. What are you doing first? What do you want to do? What's the aim of this rolls? These crazy batshit
What's the
rolls.
aim?
I'm just backing up Ratty. This is Ratty's bag. He's got the bird seed. I'm just sort of coming and making reassuring noises and scraping the floor and going bark, 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 and trying to look threatening.
All right. You're basically just trying to move past them and get out of the thing, right?
No, I'm just
back
just sort of,
to. Is there a gate that leads back?
Yeah,
to
there's a
the,
gate here.
So
with a
what
latch.
what I'm trying to do is sort of move around them towards, because I'm going to unbolt that gate and let them loose on the werewolves, basically.
Okay.
So we're just calmly, like like it's okay. You don't have to eat us. Like feeding the bird feed, just being very chill, very chill, and yeah. So I haven't rolled yet. Do I need to roll?
I would say so, sir. This is the
Can I
role.
get
This is the
another
role
plus?
this is the role we talked about, isn't it?
Yeah.
this is the critical fail roll.
Considering I also have been giving them feed, can I get a roll for that?
Yeah, you can get. I'll give you plus 20 because also your Ziggy behind you is pretty au fait with the whole animal kingdom.
Okay.
So I'll give you
Alright,
plus
'cause
20.
my
to your
leadership is terrible.
What is
so
your
I really
leadership
need
right
it.
now? What's your leadership right now?
My leadership is 24.
24. So 44 is what you need, and you've got luck, I
you're
guess.
under 44.
All right, dude.
All right.
Punch it.
Go on, dude.
Oh,
Yes!
20! Wow.
Two.
Those
Rolling
chickens
well.
Two, no, that's good.
think you're their mama.
That's a 2, mate.
Eating out
That's
the
a
palm of
2.
your
That's a
hand.
critical success.
That is a critical success. Holy shit! Fuck! I thought it was 20. Fuck!
No,
This
it's
completely
2.
this destroys my fucking plan. All right. Did I say that out loud? Okay. So critical success. Holy shit. Okay. So. Oh fuck! I don't
Neil,
want to.
let them think. Let them think that Ratty's their mummy.
I don't want to have to try and justify war penguins and were chickens.
I'm not. I keep on saying to Ziggy, because he's like, Ziggy, I'm not going to keep them. I promise you, I'm not. We're not going to. We don't know what happened to the war penguins, by the way. We heard them making weird noises, and then we never got round to them.
So folks, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, a 0 1 to 05 is a thing called a natural critical success. That is the stuff of legends. Like, nothing can go wrong. It is the best possible thing you've ever heard of. It's the most amazing superhuman feat of daredevilry or whatever. It's amazing. So this puts them in a super advantageous place right now, because these were chickens are reacting in a very positive way. Okay, so these chickens sort of stop, they eat their feed, and all of them, although it's a tiny amount, the gesture seemed more important than the amount of chicken feed they just had. And they all come up to you and they sort of one by one go, bark, and the first one just like sort of curtsies its leg down, and then the next one curtsies its leg down as well, and then the third one curtsies its leg down as well. And it might be your imagination, Tom, but your ass gets a little hot on the cheek of which where your tattoo is, your sign is. The cheek, by the way, I should point out, you still have not told us which one it is. So whichever cheek that is, your ass cheek gets a little warm around the Tallarite birthmark.
It could be a tramp stamp. It could be a whole lot of different possibilities.
We don't know. So, but these chickens like bow to you a little bit and go, wah. But way more terrifying than that, because I can't really do that with my voice right now. Like that. Like that. And then all three of them
I'm sort of saying to them, you wanna maybe eat some more werewolves? Some of those tasty werewolves? Because we got a whole lot more of them out there. Oh yeah, my good chickens. We got a whole lot more food out. Furry food for you out there. And I'm heading towards the door to sort of open it, basically.
Right. You head towards the door, and you're going to flip the latch when you get there.
Yes.
All right, you flip the latch. Okay, going back into the forge room. Let's say
good cliffhanger area. Yeah, good. Like, that was a good place to leave it.
You're welcome. We're gonna blitz through though. But anyway, so Jim, this is your last and final roll, which I'm gonna make for you, because I think
Jim
that's
back?
fair.
Yeah, have been for a while.
Okay, cool. Okay,
So,
cool.
Jim, you make you do your last adjustments. You screw your last screws in. You forge your last forge, and you schmelz your last schmelz. And you sort of like step back into this cloud and fume. The chimney's going like the clappers at the moment, but you step back and you put these two pots into the water. Both of them sizzle and steam comes out rather effectively.
The quenching bath.
The quenching bath.
And it turns out that he's made a lovely little metal kitten.
Two metal kittens.
Tiny pair of horses.
Yeah.
Two little metal kittens, the shape of kittens. You don't know why they're kittens. It was an accident. You didn't really design like that. You've got two kittens with fuses coming out of their tails are fuses. And you made these two little kittens.
Tiny Tina.
Yeah. And you've made these two things, and this is like what you've managed to do. You also have this you sort of come out of your designing spell, I guess, and you turn around, you realise that Wavy Davy has sort of gone down into the cellar. And Pete is is now clutching a bag of something that he's looking at rather carefully, and doesn't seem to notice you. What are you going to do, Bondo?
Right. Okay. I'm going to have a look into the cellar.
Okay. So
I'm going to take my kittens with me into the cellar.
All right. You take kittens and you wander down the cellar. You get to about here, and you just see Wavy Davy disappearing what looks to be like a gnome-sized hole, and is now sort of scrabbling his way through a tunnel. Pete, what are you doing, sir?
Oh, the basket. Where's everyone gone?
Yeah, you suddenly realise that you've sort of lost about 20 minutes. You opened up the last thing you remember is you opened up the gems, and then you were staring at them, and then you closed them, and it looks like there's nobody here. Like everybody disappeared. It's quite weird. Obviously, you can hear the gnome going down the stairs, but you really zoned out there for a while, Pete.
Ah, okay. I'm not wanting to be on my own, surrounded by werewolves. I am going to be hot-footing it down after everyone as well.
Okay.
Grabbing any last sort of coins that Bondo's
Are you
missed or anything
jingling?
like that on the way.
Pete, are you? I mean, I'm really thinking of that episode of South Park where Cartman finds all the treasure and
Eats
basically
all the treasure.
he eats it all, and he's just like massive and jingling everywhere. And he's like, "You guys gotta help me. You
gotta help me. You gotta finish it out. I can't make it on my own. Blah, blah.
Yeah. Is that you, Teddy? Now.
In the time it's taken him to forge this, I've managed to find 8 gold coins in the bag of gems. So no, not really.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what he wants you to believe, Tom.
Unfortunately.
All right, so you're going to follow them downstairs, Pete?
Yep.
All right. You come down to the bottom of the stairs, and you actually see something which looks really fucking cool. You see this awesome leather tan jacket just hanging up there. And it looks like it could fit you. It looks fucking wicked though. It's like one of those like deconstructed jackets where like the seams are on the outside, but it's small. It looks like it's not too big or too small. It looks like it can fit you, but it looks fucking great. It's even got like a really cool branding insignia on the left arm.
Moving on, I'm following Bondo.
Bad role playing, Pete. Bad role playing.
No
one's going to wear your sick human
to wear the
jacket.
human skin.
Well, he doesn't know it's human. I'm just saying bad role playing, everybody. All right, so you're gonna follow.
Well, bad role playing to not wear the horrible human skin jacket.
Obviously, yes. What do you think I was referring to? Clearly. All right, so you follow.
I dodge things.
Fair enough. Just about. All right, so I'm going to remember this, Pete. So all three of you get into the tunnel, and you see Ziggy. Ziggy, you're aware that the boys have landed, as it were, or have climbed up. Wavy Davy is pressed very far back against the wall and is looking pretty freaked out. Bondo and Teddy, you get to the hole, and you can hear just you wait, my lovelies. There's lots of nice.
Hang on, I wasn't done in the basement yet.
Yeah, I moved you.
Oh,
I moved
he's
you
got
around
basement plans.
Oh, you got basement plans. All right, fuck it.
Yeah.
So Pete, I guess you're back here then. Wavy Davy's up here. So Bondo, what do you want to do in the basement, sir?
Right, having a look around. I see there are corpses.
Yeah, well,
Not sure what
you don't know
of.
what they are. The cadavers of all carcasses or something. Yeah, not really inspecting them yet, but yeah.
Is there anything I can easily carry over one shoulder?
Yeah. There's a small plump version of a small plump cadaver. Just like here.
It's a halfling.
Yeah, it looks
a halfling amongst all the humans.
It looks halfling size if you're going to compare it to another slab of meat. Yeah, it's about halfling size.
Suits Bondo's purposes. That'll do nicely.
This is going to take
Right,
such
grab
a
that,
weird
shove it
turn.
over my shoulder, and
Alright.
walk towards the exit.
So uncomfortable with this.
Do you mean you're going back up top, Jim, or are you coming?
I'm going up this
through the tunnel?
to here to
Okay.
the chicken coop.
Which you don't know is there yet, Jim.
I don't know about, but I've watched Teddy disappear off ahead of me, so he tends to survive quite well. Bondo will follow him.
All right, cool. So you all get out. Are you all climbing up and out? I mean, Tom, you can hear them and see them all climbing out very slowly and carefully. Are you just going to open the door regardless of waiting for them, or what?
All right. Well, no. If I see them coming through before, like, I'm there, like poised to open the door.
Okay. So you're going to wait for
I will
everybody.
pause,
All right.
and I think like we need a plan here, boys, because we're not just going to throw the chickens and the explosives at them and hope that works.
Sounds like
No,
a brilliant
Or is that the
Wait.
plan?
That sounds like a plan to me.
That sounds like the best plan I've ever heard.
You can hear the werewolves are sort of like getting restless. They're not really attacking the doors, but maybe like one of them is jumping on top of. One of them is jumping on top of the roof now, and there's others where the werewolves are like sort of climbing around the building on the roof of the pub as well. And you see on the roof over here, which is the back is facing you, is what looks to be a werewolf in a long dress, in like a beautiful golden dress with some kind of headdress on top of it, and he's just standing there like looking great.
Okay, What are they like? Looking like they're about to attack us?
No,
Or
they're
have
looking
we
like
got-
they're trying to find a way in. One of them's investigating the chimney. They look like they're trying to
Okay.
find a way into where they think you are, which you're not right now. Into
All
the
right.
store, kind of.
Okay. Quick consultation, right?
Yeah.
My idea, I say, how about this? We do a pincer movement, right? Some of us get explosives and bait out into the yard. We get the werewolves to go for that, and then we mop them up with these beauties, looking at the chickens. So basically like a pincer thing. So we get, because if we all just bundle out through this door with explosives, and it's just going to be carnage. I mean, we could do that. We could do the carnage, but
Or we can just sneak the fuck out of here. Full stop.
I'm going to slap Teddy around the head. Stop talking nonsense. Let's do the chickens and the bombs. I think the only question is which one goes first. I'm thinking bombs and chickens, but I'm worried it might spook them. What do you think?
Bondo reckons chicken first, bomb second.
But which way are we going to throw the bombs out? That's the question.
Bondo,
Can we
what was
strap
with this,
bombs to the chickens?
what was Bondo doing with the
Oh.
corpse that he's carrying?
Right. Okay.
Oh yes, Bondo. Why are you carrying a dead human? God.
Well, it's not for a snack, obviously. Right then. I'm going to put the
It's
bomb
gravy
in the
time.
body.
That's a nice idea.
Bondo's going to stuff the bomb into the body.
Oh
I
my
reckon we
gosh.
let the chickens have their go with the werewolves, and then we let the werewolves eat the body with the bomb in it. Nice long fuse, nice big mess.
Hang on, say the bit before the nice big fuse again.
Right. For those of you with long legs. Right, okay, I put the bomb in the body. The Bondo
Yeah.
puts the bomb in the body, right?
Right.
We set a nice long fuse. We send the chickens out to start on the werewolves. Then
Like these are trained chickens to do as you're bidding.
Yep.
This is
But
going to go
werewolves
so well. I'm
Yeah.
not going to say much. I'm just going to listen. Sorry. Carry on.
Yeah, shut up, GM. This is our plan. We're
Yeah.
bringing it together.
Don't rain on our parade. Do it. Just do it. Unleash the war chickens.
Hang on. My only issue is, right, there is a good point here. Like, if you send out the chickens first, then the werewolves are going to be too busy with the chickens to worry about the bomb, to worry about eating. You know, they're going to be too busy fighting chickens. So I would put out the bomb first, and then, you know, if it scares the chickens, then we just have to live with that. But bomb first, then chickens.
I think this is a fabulous idea. Put the bomb in the corpse. Put the corpse in front of the werewolves. Let the werewolves eat the corpse, and then release the chickens. This sounds
To
like
mop 'em up.
I can't
Mop up.
imagine any scenario in which this goes tits up.
All right. So, oh my god. All right. So,
Bondo's in for that.
all right. So let's walk this through, folks. I'm going to try and stop laughing. All right. So, Tom is at the door. Tom is at the gate. Now, Teddy, you can wait for your turn if you want and drop down, and you and Ziggy can both do that. I don't mind because you have initiative, but that's okay. You can wait. Are you actually just going to kick it off and go through like this? Is that how you're going to do it?
Where are we going to throw the bomb out?
I have
Are we gonna
no
throw it
idea,
out?
dude. But I'm in this
Well,
for the
no,
ride.
I'm not saying to you. I'm saying to them. Like, are we going to throw the bomb out
Yeah.
here, or are we going to throw it out the shed door?
Stick it there.
I-
And we can
yeah,
get
I
back
think-
around the corner quickly and get behind the chickens.
Yeah, I don't think there's a door we can without opening the front door of the shed. I don't think we can throw it out of the
No.
shed.
I mean, I could. No, there's a werewolf on the roof, isn't there? So I could climb up and throw stuff off.
Teddy, you do realise that's going towards the enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not the way I'm.
How uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just I think this plan is excellent. I think throw the only slide question is how do we? I mean, a human corpse, I guess, is weighing what 50 kilos, something like that. I mean, I'm not sure how far we can throw it.
Yeah, I'm going to say
But-
you can probably throw it as many yards as you have strength points, I would say.
It's two. If you maybe two of you did it, like one holding each end.
Like a leg and a big. A leg
And it
and a
is a
big.
halfling.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what are you doing? sorry, folks. Sorry.
I think
Look,
we could.
listen,
That
you
is
gave us
great.
the ingredients.
I know,
and
it's brilliant.
Now we've made
A corpse bomb.
a stew out of them.
I love
Made
it.
a
A terrible
pie.
stew.
Terrible.
Special pie.
All right.
I think we could just put it out near this corner here. If I can, sort of, I don't know if you guys can see my hand. Can I?
Only these
If it,
barrels.
sort of put it like,
Yeah.
draw a little, that's that line there. If we put it
Okay.
sort of there-ish, you know,
You
that's
gonna
about
chuck
probably about
it?
4 yards, and then there's a nice tight corner there as well. So as the wear things, as the then get more of the blast, and then the chickens, and I don't know. That seems like a point for an ambush or something to me.
A pinch point.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, God bless you. God.
Oops,
Will you stop
sorry.
rubbing out my
I just erased the.
just erase the thing.
The whole bar
Sorry,
walls.
Just erased the sorry about that. That's what happened.
All right. So, so can you just do this like in turns, please, folks? So who's first? So Tom would have to be first to open the door, right? Who's next carrying? Who's going to be carrying the corpse? I think a line I hope I'd never say in real life, but there you go. Who's carrying the corpse?
The bomb corpse. The bomb
I'm going
corpse.
to go with
bomb
Teddy and I think.
Teddy and you. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So you and Teddy are going to hold the corpse.
Who's?
Sorry, Steve.
Well, I was just going to suggest that I'm whoever the strongest ones are,
That's
to be able to
you and
maneuver the
you and
corpse
Bondo, I
around.
think. Oh no, you and Ratty actually.
I don't know. I've got strength 4. What's your strength 4, Ratty, as well?
I was hoping Ziggy could cover us with the crossbow.
I can. Yep, I can do that as well.
But we're short. Don't have to move that fast. It's a matter of dropping down a tasty morsel that hopefully the werewolves will be too
Okay,
hungry to
I'm happy
ignore.
to cover you guys. Yep.
Alrighty, so let's walk it through. So Ratty, Tom.
Let me season the body a bit first, Neil, just to add a little bit of flavour for
Oh my
them.
god,
right?
I'm going to kill you. Okay.
I love it.
All right, so you get some.
Point, you are
herbs.
the halfling cook.
Yeah, you go. Oi, lads, bit of seasoning. I'll teach him. Don't worry, it's cayenne pepper. I'll teach him. Ah. All right, you do that a little bit. Wavy Davy sort of backs next to a chicken and goes, my god, you're all fucking crazy. And you're freaking me out a little bit here. What do you want Wavy Davy Bowie to do?
Wavy,
Yeah.
I want you to make up a war song for the chickens.
Okay.
Sing them to victory.
Because
Inspire them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking we could all be heroes here.
Oh
We
yeah.
could be.
Oh,
We could wait. No, I've got it, folks. We could be chickens just for one night.
I was going to suggest chickens be heroes.
Well, you bloody write it then, and I'm just a bard. Okay, he stomps off a little bit and starts nuzzling himself against one of the chaos chickens. He's gone into a bit of a huff. He's an artist, obviously. All right, so let's get this show on the road, please, folks. So, Tom, you're opening the door, yes?
Yes.
All right, so you open the door very carefully. The door goes, and you push it tentatively, and then it just sort of sweeps open. And the other door is like loose as well, but it's not open. So this door's like this door's open like this, like that. Okay, that's part one of your incredibly precise plan. What are you going to do? So next up is Bondo and Ziggy, right? Or who's carrying the corpse, you say?
No, it's me.
Teddy and
Really?
Bondo.
So Bondo and the halfling, you're going to sneak out. Can you please both make initiative tests and let me know if you have concealment or move urban, I guess. would be the thing.
Yes, I do.
Okay, 88, you're going to need that.
Ooh.
What's your initiative?
73, but I've got silent move
Fine, okay, you're passed. And what about you,
and
Bondo?
concealment.
my initiative is 23, and I have nothing that's any use to me,
Fine,
apart from maybe dance.
so let's see what the difference is. So 15. How much did you pass yours by, Pete?
Throw a lucky in.
You can throw luck in, you might have to.
By 5. If you give me
Five.
plus 10.
If you throw luck in, you'll both be able to get. I'll do like a compound thing. So okay, throwing luck, your luck holds. You basically kick like a piece of glass or something from the shattered window, and you crumple it, and you both stop carrying this corpse, and then nothing happens. These sort of werewolves are still investigating up here, and these werewolves are milling around, just chatting to each other like that. And you manage to sort of like make it through without disturbing anybody. So what's your plan? Are you just going to chuck it?
I light the fuse, I leave it there, quietly pop it down, let the fuse burn down.
Where it is in
Sort of
front of
make-
pop it down here, or you're going to get close to the building? I thought you were going to chuck it.
The idea was that was where I had it planned for, but I
You
don't know
guys,
what
I just got to
idiot.
say, I love it so much that we're doing this plan. I love it.
Yeah, you would do. You're in a chicken coop, befriended by giant mutant chickens.
I know. All right, so I'm going to say in the best of the world, you can plop it down there, but okay. So you can plop it down. The fuse is lit, but how long for? Can you please make a dex check, Bondo?
1 second. Ugh.
That's a fail. Okay, I'm going to now roll for how many rounds did you want it to be for?
I want it to be for about 2 rounds.
Fine. Okay, so it is now actually going. Cool. Alrighty. So I know how many rounds it's going for, and I'm afraid you don't, sir. So as far as you're aware, it's going to go off in 2 rounds. Can you please both make initiative tests to get sneak back? I'm going to give you plus 10 because you're moving quicker now.
Yeah.
Yep, and Bondo.
Ooh, nice. Pass.
Cool. All right, you manage to sort of sneak your way back to this corner over here, and you sort of like you huddle away. I guess you guys agree to like not go back into the coop, right? Because that would be crazy.
Let's go to the war penguins, mate.
All right, so you're going to sort of sneak down this way. You kind of duck underneath the windows. Okay, Ratty, you see them pass by, which I guess is your. I guess you guys have agreed that would sort of be your signal for the bomb is set. What's the plan now, folks?
The plan is we're going to wait and see if the werewolves go for it. We're not doing anything else. You know, the door is, if they're not they've got to come back inside the coop. Otherwise, they're going to be left out exposed because I'm keeping that door shut.
Oh, well, they've walked past they've walked past the coop and they're just sort of like walking towards the stables here right now.
Okay, well, so I mean, I sort of will beckon them back. In case, and they can still choose whether they want to go that way.
Yeah,
or
sure. Well, you see Tom see Ratty beckoning you in. What are you two going to do, just out of curiosity?
Oh, back into the pen. Oh, yeah. Okay. Sure.
Do you have one of those moments you're like, come back in? What are you talking about? Come back in. No, shut up. Shh. Come back in again. What are you talking about? Shh. Just get back in. Okay, all right. Come back. One of those moments?
Because the whole idea is that the body attracts the werewolves.
Okay.
So it's, we're not, it's not like one of us is going to suddenly shout, like, grubs up, lads.
Ring a bell.
That'd be great. That'd be a fantastic catchphrase. Why are you not doing that? Well, missed opportunity, I guess. Bondo, are you checking on your war penguins? Or are you going to go back into the pen as well?
I'm going to go into the pen for now.
All right. Okay, so you'll sneak back in the pen, and Ratty, you're still holding the door. You're just going to wait this out then, I guess.
Gonna have to, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the plan. Yeah, we were just going to sort of see whether it drew anyone in.
So your first round goes, and the start of the second round. First you start counting 6 seconds, and after when you get to second 7 or 8, like one sheep, 2 sheep, 3. You like counting sheep, which makes you a bit sleepy. You're going to take the risk. One of the werewolves, around 7 or 8 sheep, sort of turns around. The one in the dress, actually, one in the amazing dress, turns around and goes and starts sniffing, and then just looks straight down. Can everybody make an initiative test, please?
They look straight down. Oh yeah, they're
into the pen. Well, they're above you, so yeah.
I love it. Oh yeah, we shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Okay, fail. Pass, amazingly. You passed everything, Tom. You're a fucking star today.
My go. I'll do this one.
That's a pass.
Pass. That's fine, yeah.
Tom, I think you're the last person?
Yeah.
No, you passed, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you passed. That's fine. You don't worry about that roller. You actually already passed. In fact, everybody dives for cover behind a chicken underneath some hay, apart from Bondo, who's just staring at everybody diving, going, "What the bloody hell are you all doing now down there?" He's just standing right in the middle of this chicken coop, and all of you are like hidden, and the werewolf just goes, "Oh!" and points at you. The one in the elegant dressing, the nightgown. Just starts pointing at you like "Oh!" and then from around you, you all hear the cries from all over of the other wolves going "Oh!" and then all the movement starts, and you can feel that the werewolves are now zoning in on you. A lot of these werewolves start running towards. Some of them are now climbing the pub, trying to get over, and you can hear almost as one en masse. The werewolves descending on your position.
Are any of them interested in the body?
As they get close. Yeah, Ratty actually says, "Are any of you interested in the body?"
That's when I get yelled, "Dinner is served!"
Yeah, so you just yell, "Dinner is served!" As you do that, you hear this kaboom, and all this huge explosion goes off. At that point, folks, I'm afraid we're going to have to keep it there. We have to end the session there.
With that special effects.
Boom!
That was a good simulated explosion.
Thank you.
That's very good. Yeah,
I've been speaking to Mr. Bay. Mr. Bay and I have been chatting about how he would do that. Apparently, he wanted a lot more vehicles and some A-listers. I talked him down from that. More bikinis. Yeah. He wanted werewolves and bikinis, not the dresses, but I talked him down from that. So there you go.
Definitely.
All right, folks. Well, listen, it's been super nice to have you back, Dr. Steve.
Sorry, everybody. I feel personally responsible.
Anyway, that was the plan.
Yeah. that's where we're going to leave it for the moment, folks. We're coming back in, again, 2 weeks at the moment, unless something changes, but in 2 weeks, where we'll try and put the nail in the coffin of this particular side quest. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, and thank you for playing my players.
You're welcome.
been a blast.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did, Tom. I'm glad you did. Now, next time we have to really work on that opening, because that was really out of control this week.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I thought it was great.
We'll try and send out some kind of...
maybe some slightly less jarring segues where you actually
Hello,
say,
are you there? Oh, hello, I'm Tom.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely mention you by name. This doesn't work, and I appreciate it.
And now I'd like to introduce my really good friend. He lives in Australia, and here he is.
Oh,
I think Pete could kind of say Pete. It's all it takes, just to say your own name. It's not a difficult thing. Fuck it. We'll go back to how it used to be. It'll be boring and staid and tired, but that's how we like it. On that note, folks, thanks for joining us. Thanks for playing. And can somebody do the honours? Let's say Steve. Yay! Greedy
That's
Jim.
See you next
every
time.
time. Every time.
Thanks, folks. See you around the
Zero.
table. Bye.